Welcome to Pop Culture Philosophers. I'm Rockin Robbie Live!
What is up, everybody? Welcome to Pop Culture Philosophers. In particular, welcome to Rockin Robbie Live. Here on a Sunday night, it's the show where we gather. We talk about movies, comics, pop culture, and a whole lot more with me, Rockin Robbie. How is everybody doing? Hope you had a great weekend. I've had a very interesting weekend, for sure. My life never lacks complication, but it's been a great weekend, a great day. How is everybody doing? Super excited to be here for Rockin Robbie Live. We were off for the last 2 weeks, but we are back tonight. We're going to have a great show. We're going to be talking about DC Comics. Believe it or not, DC Comics is releasing comics this week. We're going to be talking about them because I've read them. We're also going to be doing a little bit of show and tell, maybe a taste test here and there. We're also going to be talking about Barbenheimer, the cinematic event of my lifetime. I did it, y'all. I fucking did it. I watched Barbie and Oppenheimer as a double feature on Thursday, and I'm very excited to talk about my experience. We will also be revealing the lineup for 2023's Horror Fest this year. We have 3 channels involved in Horror Fest this year, not just me and Dylan. We have another. It's Blood Splatter Chatter. I see him in the chat right now. Verno, our man, is joining us for the biggest horror fest of all time. I think I counted it. I think we're doing 32 shows. You know what that means? That between the 3 channels, Dylan's Horror Show, Blood Splatter Chatter, and Pop Culture Philosophers, if somebody could please throw out the links to Verno's channel and to Dylan's channel, so y'all can sub up and get ready. But this is what this means. That if you wanted to, you could wait, right? And you could somehow manage to have a show. No, you couldn't because of the way the timing. Anyway, we have enough Horror Fest content this year that next year you can watch 1 show a day if you wanted to and make it all the way through October and more. Anyway, yes, the Horror Fest lineup will be revealed tonight, as well as the Horror Fest poll. You know how we like to do it. Every year we like to do a poll for Horror Fest where you pick the movies. So get your movies in your head right now, and when the time comes, and only when the time comes, I will pick 10 movies suggested by the chat to be involved in the PCP Army movie poll for Horror Fest of 2023. It's going to be absolutely fantastic. By the way, you can find podcasts and more at popculturephilosophers.com. You can follow us on Facebook and on Instagram. And if you're on Facebook, join the PCP Army. It's the official Pop Culture Philosophers Facebook group. You can follow me on Twitter at the Rockin Robbie. You get all kinds of links to save money at Whatnot, at Dynamic Forces, at BlackBox Comics, all that stuff in the chat down below. But thank you so much for being here. And all the support we need is a like, a share, a comment. Join the conversation, please, and subscribe if you haven't already. Also, if you do want to financially support the channel, we could really use it. You can do so with a super chat or by supporting us over at patreon.com/PCP. Like these fine PCP patrons right there. And if you do support with a super chat tonight, I'll sing a song. That's what happens. Anyway, how is everybody doing? Let's take a look at the chat. GT Key Comic is in the house. Bizarro Fett is in the house. Fable, my man, one collection down. Station, how you doing? Oh, we got Spilio in the house. How you doing, man? Long time no see, but long time no see. Short time have heard. Have gun will travel. Anyway, Rogue Collecting is in the house. Ouroboros is in the house. R. Ariaga is in the house. Big Llama Show is in the house. Big Herm is in the house. Evil Face Bad with a station. Who else is in here? Frankenfrog. Can I get a what's poppin', son? What's poppin', son? Pop, pop, boom. We got Twitch in the house. Can it be December yet? I am over this heat. Come down here to Alabama. That's all I'm going to say. Where are you, in Nebraska? Come on. Blood Splatter Chatter in the house. What is up? Oh, look at all the blue wrenches in the house. What's up, Eric? What's up, Canadian Survivalist? Yeah, Barbie review. What's up, Average Comics Joe? What's up, Warren? Yes, Barbie. I watched Barbie. Is that a surprise to anybody here? Shouldn't be. Twitch says, complication is just a sign that the story of your life is worth telling. Who would play Rockin Robbie in the Rockin Robbie movie? Y'all let me know who you think. OUG, what is up? Thank you for throwing those links out, Fable and Two Gun. What's up, Mr. Rare Key? Good to see you too. What's up, Mark? Every morning there's a halo hanging from the corner of my girlfriend's four-post bed. I know it's not mine, but I'll see if I can use it for the weekend or a one-night stand. I couldn't understand. Bum, bum, bum. It's a bit. Mark McGrath. Sugar Ray. Y'all get it. What's up, Kitty? How you doing? Good to see you here. Yep, Jay. We got Barbenheimer talk. It was the cinematic event of my lifetime. We're going to be unpacking that. What's up, Neighborhood Merc? What's up, Death Rattle? Air Supply, I'm all out of love. I don't know if I know that one, Death Rattle. I would love to do anything for a super chat, but I don't know if I know that one. Honestly, let's see here. Oh man, that dude's perm. Yep, I can't do that one. I'll take requests for super chat songs tonight, but I'm sorry, I can't do that one. I would do anything for a super chat, but I can't do that. I'll work on it for next time, though. Hey, what's up, Taki? How are you doing? What's up, Glenn? It is a Blue Wrench party. Oh, Seth Rogen would play me in a... Okay. I don't see that one, but that's okay, Ouroboros. That's decent. Evil Face Bat says Morgan Freeman could definitely play you. Well, then, if that's the case, I'm going to go for Idris Elba. Oh, it should clearly be Jason Lee. The connection is too good. That's actually flattering to me. Thank you very much, Eric. I appreciate that. Jason Schwartzman would be a good Rockin Robbie. Holy shit, that would be awesome. Fuck yeah. Joe says, I was at San Diego Comic-Con and I got a Conan and foil cover and Robotech Rick Hunter, and I also talked to Image about Transformers and G.I. Joe, and Larry Hama will be back with G.I. Joe 301. Yes, he will. Absolutely. Hope you had a good time there. And by the way, this show is driven, fueled, if you will, by your questions, your thoughts, your comments, and your concerns. Get them in right now. What do you want to talk about here on the opening shots for Rockin Robbie Live? I wish I had some shots to do tonight, but I don't. All right, Twitch is here. Just checked. It's 10 degrees hotter in Lincoln than it is in Huntsville with only a 5% humidity difference. All right, my bad then. My bad, Twitch. I'm sorry. I don't know your struggle. Jim Gaffigan to play Rockin Robbie. Okay. Reading Something Epic as I listen. Hell yeah, Something Epic is a great fucking book. I'm a fan of Kudronsky's work and very excited for the Spawn books that were announced this week. Average Comics Joe with a question: which one had the biggest impact on the Batman character? A, the Frank Miller redesign of the character, or B, Batman the Animated Series that brought in a new era of fans? Ooh. I know my answer. My answer is Batman the Animated Series. Y'all know me. I fucking love Frank Miller. I love Frank Miller's work so much. There's only been one book of his that I didn't really like. And even some of the books that I think are just maybe not quite for me, there are things that I can appreciate about them. There's one book of his I just cannot stand. That's Holy Terror, by the way, in case you didn't notice, in case you didn't know. Frank Miller's importance to Batman cannot be understated, because not only did Frank Miller revolutionize the concept of Batman in the 80s before Tim Burton's movie, okay, with Dark Knight Returns and then eventually Year One, which I think is brilliant. Probably my favorite comic of all time might be Batman Year One. But Frank Miller revolutionized comics during that time as well, with his work on Daredevil, his work on Ronin, his work on Batman, his work on Sin City, Martha Washington, so on and so forth. Frank Miller's influence on Batman cannot be understated, because an entire generation or two grew up with Frank Miller's version of Batman. In fact, I would dare to say we wouldn't have Batman the Animated Series without Frank Miller's Batman. That being said, the best interpretation of the Batman mythology ever is the Batman Animated Series from the 90s. 100%. There's not been a Batman comic or a Batman movie or a Batman cartoon outside of the original animated series from the 90s that does a better job of encapsulating everything that is Batman and Gotham and the Bat family and the Batman Rogues Gallery than that animated series. That animated series is a national fucking treasure, y'all. It's a national fucking treasure, okay? And we need to protect it, and we need to make sure that we all own physical copies so that it will never go away for any possible reason whatsoever. So my long-winded answer to a very simple question in a shortened way is this: Frank Miller's contribution to Batman cannot be understated, because it influenced generations of comic book creators and comic book fans. However, even though Batman, the animated series, would not exist in its current form without Frank Miller's work on Batman. Batman, the animated series, is the best iteration of the Batman mythos of all time. So there you go. And I see that we got a super chat from my man, John Spilio. I am so glad, my man, that I am not taking shots or chucking beers tonight for super chats, but thank you so much, Spilio. You are the shit. I love you. And let's celebrate, y'all. All right, y'all ready? Let's do this shit. Hey, let me tell you about this little man I know. It's giant robot Hellboy. He was sent to the earth some long time ago to save it or destroy. Brought to this earth by Rasputin, son of a demon and a nana who had a sex with the demon, but was raised by Professor Broom. Now he fights evil and monsters. Shit. Now he fights with a man who's a fish named Abe. Now he fights with a fire starter named Wills and an ectoplasmic nest named Johann. BPRD. Giant Robot Hellboy is a new comic book. It's coming soon to a shop near you. Imagine Hellboy in a giant mech machine of himself fighting giant kaiju. I think it's redundant to say giant kaiju because the idea is that kaiju are giant, but it doesn't even matter. I'm excited. Are you excited for Mike Mignola to shine? Celebrating mech fiction with a dose of giant kaiju. I hope that was worth $100, John. I really love you. Thank you so much. I really appreciate that. Thank you so much. All right, let's look at these comments again. It's giant robot Hellboy. What the fuck is going on? Station Lulu, what is up? It's so good to see you in the chat. How are you doing? What's up, Julian? What's up, Sean? Finally get to catch one of these. I'm always working. Me too. I'm glad you're here. Fuck yeah. Hugh Jackman plays you in Robbie movie, breaking $420 million first weekend release. Thank you, Mr. Rarkey. Hugh Jackman playing me? Fuck. That's... Thank you. In another universe, Philip Seymour Hoffman. I didn't like that one, Ouroboros. I have a much more defined neck than he did. Anyway. You could flip the gender and have a woman play you, Robbie. I could. What woman would play me? That's an interesting question. Sean says, thoughts on the newly announced animated Watchmen or Crisis on Infinite Earths film? Two of my favorite comics from the 80s, Crisis on Infinite Earths and Watchmen. So, yeah, I'm excited for that. I'm excited to see what they do. I think that would be cool, to be honest with you. Yeah, I think that would totally be cool, actually, to an animated film of Watchmen. It'd be interesting to see what they do. Do they take the animated sequences of Tales from the Black Freighter from the extended director's cut of the Watchmen movie by Zack Snyder and just place them in and then animate around that? No, not at all. It's going to be interesting to see it. I really, though, am curious, much more curious, to see how they do an animated film of Crisis on Infinite Earths. Because that is a heavy fucking book, meaning it's dense with a lot of DC history. I read Crisis on Infinite Earths for the first time as a teenager, and I wasn't super well versed in anything pre-Crisis, but after reading Crisis, I was. I'll tell you what, it's a crash course in DC multiverse history. So there you go. What is my favorite movie I've seen this month? All right. Okay. I've seen some really good movies this month. Whether they were new films or films I watched for the first time. For instance, this last week, I watched Annihilation for the first time, which was recommended by a friend of mine, a dear friend of mine who's here in the chat, Lulu. And I fucking loved Annihilation. But the best movie I've seen in July happens to be the best movie I've seen this year. And it's a Christopher Nolan film, and it's called Oppenheimer. So Oppenheimer is the best movie I've seen this month, and I'll be talking a little bit more about that very soon. Yeah, Kitty, it is hot as fuck here, and we've gotten a lot of fucking rain and a lot of like wind and shit like that. That one song from the Cannibals, top hit. The Cannibals. Why are you doing this to me? I don't even know what we're talking about. The Cannibals. Are you talking about She Drives Me Crazy? Are you talking about that one? She drives me crazy. Huh? Huh? You're not talking about that. That's like Fine Young Cannibals or something. Brian says, just painting Warhammer as I listen. Nerd! Happy for you, brother. I'm just kidding. I have friends, tons of friends that love Warhammer. I'm just goofing with you. What about the new Batman and Robin book in September? I think the creative team has a lot of potential. Absolutely, the creative team has a lot of potential. What is it? The artist is Simone DeMeo, right? So that's fucking awesome. But the other thing is that friend of the show, Joshua Williamson, is the writer. And my favorite writer of Damian Wayne outside of Grant Morrison is Josh Williamson. Talking about Batman, Ouroboros says the animated grabbed me as a kid, but Frank Miller did as an adult. Both are important. Absolutely. Both are super important, and I don't think you have the animated series without Frank Miller's influence on Batman. However, the animated series is Batman. It's got to be coming back soon, right? Right? Lulu says, Frank Miller is my favorite Daredevil series. Frank Miller has some insane talent and wit. I agree. I got to meet the man this year. I'm so fucking excited. I need to have like the image of me meeting Frank Miller just on call. So I just hit a button and it's a picture of me and Frank Miller and a song plays or something. Every story made Batman. Frank Miller has influenced pop culture altogether. Eric says, Frank Miller, best visual storyteller of all time. The GOAT. Damn, Eric. Let's have you on PCP soon for a Frank Miller love fest. Fuck yeah. Twitch says the animated series transcended the medium. Evil Face Baz says animated series has to be hands down the greatest show of all time. I agree. Chat jumped down on me, so I got to pop it back up. Appreciate all of the chats out there. Mr. Rare Key says, foil covers are making sales, in my opinion, and I love them. Why? Because it takes me back to the 90s. I'm a sucker for that one. Latest one for me, Red Sonja #1, Jenny Frison cover. I love foil covers as well. Let me get on a soapbox real quick. Marvel has gotten into the foil cover game. They decided they would charge pretty much up to cover price to retailers for their foil covers. They have since gone back on that, which I think is cool, because if DC, Boom, Dynamite, fucking everybody else can do foil covers at a normal-ish price, why is Marvel like fucking with retailers? So I'm glad that they reversed that, but I am scared to see how that goes. That being said, I love foil covers. Ariaga, if I had liquor here, I would do a shot. If Mike the Voice Matthews was watching right now, I'd say, bring me over a tiny bottle of tequila so I could do a shot. If anybody is local, bring me over a tiny bottle of Don Julio Silver, and I'll do a shot. But I don't have any on hand right now. Mark says, Frank Miller is a genius. He writes an amazing young Batman / Bruce and the definitive old Batman / Bruce. But for some reason, though, he seems not to be able to write an interesting modern day Batman. Stu from Dr. Doom's fan club says, Uncle Frank helped comics be viewed as a legit art form. Definitely. Anyone see the B covered for the upcoming Alice Never After #2? It is twisted and I love it. I have not seen it. For some reason, YouTube is telling me I have 616 people viewing this show right now, which I think is absolutely ridiculously wrong. But if we have over 600 people here for the first time there's only one time we've had more than 100 people here at one time. So if I have a 616 people here, station, welcome. That's a weird one. Frank Miller's recent cover of Moon Knight 25 and Blade #1. Oh, I love those covers. I love both of them. I like the Loki cover. I like the Wolverine cover. I love Frank Miller. That dude is up there in age, and when you get older, you don't get, like, it's first of all, drawing is not fucking easy, right? Secondly, apparently we have 628 people here now. That's totally wrong, right? Like, there's not 600 people here. If there's 600 people here right now, please just say that you're here and let us see 600 comments. But I've never had this glitch before. That's weird. What was I talking about? Yeah, Frank Miller's artwork is not what it used to be, but I'll tell you this. You draw a Wolverine cover, goddammit. There you go. I'll just say that. OUG says, haha, he worked in the giant robot Hellboy thing. I mean, he did it, adding a syllable or two, but he still got it done. Yeah, I did. I have not seen the new Superman animated series at all. I should. I need to. You would think that as a commentator on pop culture and comic books and nerddom here on YouTube, I would be up to date on everything, but I'm not. 630 people here now, huh? Okay, YouTube, sure. If there were 630 people right now, I would pause the stream to go to the liquor store and buy a fucking bottle so I can get a shot. What's up, Pokin Joe Comic Review? How you doing? Joe says, JLA versus Kong versus Godzilla is going to be crazy. Superman punches both of them and Godzilla uses his breath on him. You know what? I'm excited for that. I mean, honestly, Justice League versus Godzilla versus Kong. Why the fuck not? Like I said in the weekly pop culture wrap-up, don't expect much out of these IP crossovers, but just expect it to be fun, right? It's fun. That being said, TMNT Stranger Things was a little weak. I do enjoy the Street Fighter one, though. Were you just singing? That was some major talent. Yeah, that was me singing. You've seen me sing. You've seen me at karaoke, whatever. Stop. Stop with the flattery, y'all. John says, that takes me back to 2 weeks ago when I got my song for a super chat station. Sean says, honest question, Robbie. Your weekly review videos. I know you do it all from memory, which is insane, by the way, but is it all one take? And if you need an award. Yeah, it's all one take. Now, if you notice, so there is in most of my weekly review videos, there is a cut. And it's because my camera, which is the Canon, it only records 30 minutes at a time. So what I'll usually do nowadays is I record and I do my pick of the week and I do like Marvel or DC and I'll do another company and then I'll stop, right? And then I'll like just start again. So that way, because if I hit 30 minutes, the video is going to just cut off, right? And I don't want to interrupt me in the middle of talking. So aside from that very brief cut, and those who pay attention, you can see the cut, right? Because I'll be like, now let's talk to Marvel. And it'll just be a quick little, and from Marvel we have blah, blah, blah. But yeah, all that's one take. And I keep every mistake in there. Charlize Theron would be the woman to play me, says Jay. And Canadian Survivalist says Rosie O'Donnell. And I just want to say, Canadian Survivalist, I love you, but fuck you. Jesus, that's a terrible thing to say. Though it would probably work, actually. 629 people watching right now. It's weird. Oh, Ouroboros, I'm just fucking with you. But, yeah, Philip Seymour Hoffman didn't have a neck, man. And I have a... Come on. Come on. Come on. I don't know who Beanie Feinstein is. When you were reading comics back in the day, how was marketing of new books? And how often did your runs have holes in them due to not knowing when the next issue released? That's hard for me to say because from the early 90s on, I went to the comic shop every week. And now back then, they released, I think, on Tuesdays. The Wednesday thing, I remember the Wednesday thing happening in middle school, where everybody would get stuff on Wednesdays, but we usually would go on Saturdays, you know? And so yeah, I just would go to the comic shop every week and buy whatever I wanted that I could afford or that my stepdad was going to buy for me. And at that time, it was mostly I'd go there and I was looking out for Fantastic Four. I was looking out for Superman, Spider-Man, Batman. I was into X-Men for a while. I got into Iron Man. So that's what I was reading at the earliest of ages. But they were marketed house ads, which you still get today. But back then, it seemed, I guess, a little bit more, I don't know, I guess it seemed a little bit more important because you would get a house ad for a comic book, like a new comic book from Marvel or DC or whatever, right next to like a video game ad or a combos ad or a Tang ad or a Chips Ahoy ad or some shit like that. So, oh, I haven't seen Breaking Bad. Lulu says Oppenheimer is definitely on my watch list. Let's go watch it. I'll watch it again. She drives me crazy. That's right, Kit Cloud Kicker. OUG wants to welcome another woman into the chat. What's up, nothing? I don't know about Significant Other. I haven't checked that one out. Yeah, I'm ready for the new Conan. I'll check it out. From Titan. Bueller is in the house. What is up, my man? Bueller, man. I hope you had a good time in San Diego. I'm so fucking jealous. So jealous. You, Jim, and Tom together. Why did I not see more pictures of the three of y'all hanging out together? Y'all are fucked up. If I was there, all four of us would have been doing shots of tequila every goddamn night off of each other's belly buttons. That's what we would have done. That's why we all need to get together and barrage Nick Barucci of Dynamite Comics over the next year to be like, take Rockin Robbie to Comic-Con with you. That's what we need. Charlize Theron plays you, Rockin Roberta, making jaws drop and breaking box office records of all movie releases ever. Well, thank you. And we got a super chat. We got a super chat from Tater Talks. Hey, Robbie, why do you think it's so hard to get modern live-action Robin right? We have only had a few iterations, and it doesn't feel like any have really hit the mark. Well, Tater, they call me Tater Salad. Fuck, I'm so ashamed of myself for even saying that. Anyway, was that Ron White? He's a funny dude. All right, so live action Robins. First of all, who's the best live action Robin? I mean, it's Chris O'Donnell, because that's pretty much all we got. I don't count Joseph Gordon-Levitt. It's Chris O'Donnell. And I like Chris O'Donnell in Batman Forever in particular. Why? Here's the reason. Number one, it's going to be very hard to sell a 13-year-old actor doing the shit that Batman makes Robin do. Let's just be honest. That's a little fucked up. Okay? That's a bit fucked up there. Okay? So there's that. That's cool. But that's why. And I think that most movies, they want to like streamline it. They don't know how to deal with that. Here's the thing though. Andy Muschietti is about to do Batman Brave and the Bold, introducing Damian into continuity. Okay. Let's see what they do there. But I think the biggest problem with why they can't do Robin in live action is because it's a hard thing for most filmmakers to commit to, most writers to commit to. The idea of a 12, 13, 14-year-old boy. That's why I think it worked when they did Chris O'Donnell in the Batman Forever and Batman and Robin. The older approach, I think, works better. But at the same time, you miss something. So I don't know. We'll see. I wish they would have had Robin back in the day. And Zac Efron could have played him. Anyway, thank you for the super chats. Do this. Everybody, let me tell you about this little man I know. His name is Hellboy. He was sent to the earth some long time ago to save it or destroy. Brought to this earth by Rasputin, son of a demon and a nun who had sex with the demon. But was raised by Professor Broom. Now he fights evil and monsters. Shit. Now he fights with the man who's a fish named. Now he fights with fire starter. He lives and an ectoplasmic mess named Thank you so much for the super chat, Tater Salad. We appreciate that. It's actually Tater Talks. So, anyway, I love potato salad, by the way. I make a bomb-ass potato salad. It's dope. Bueller, you ever come back to Huntsville, I'm going to make you potato salad. Oh, you're talking about She Drives Me Crazy. I don't know the song enough to actually do it. I'm sorry. I know the whole, like, drives me crazy. Huh? To mom. I don't know the rest of it, though. We're taking song requests. Every super chat, if you want me to sing a certain song, and if I know it, I'll sing it. To the best of my ability. GT Key Comic is in the house, says, my Frank Miller will always be his Born Again run. Daredevil Born Again is one of the greatest mainstream comics of all time. I have nothing to add to that. It's one of the greatest mainstream comics of all time. That's why I have the artist edition. I have the paperback. Can't afford the hardcovers. She drives me crazy. Huh? Y'all are seeing over 600 people here too? I fucking wish. There's no way there's 600 people here. There's no way. There's no way. It's not happening. It's a lie. It's a YouTube lie. It's a YouTube lie. It's a YouTube lie. Bro, if we can get to 669, somebody call Mike. Let him know to bring me some fucking alcohol so I can do a shot. Damn, I want to do a shot. What do you think of Ronin 2? John, I fucking love Ronin 2. I love Ronin 2. I've covered it for 4 issues. Has it been 4 or is it only 3? It's only 3. Anyway, all the issues covered on the weekly comic book review, always a positive review. The latest issue, which came out this week, which shows the layouts that Frank Miller's doing at 60-something years of age. Layouts should look like this. Layout should look like this. And Frank Miller's layouts are like almost finished fucking books. Like, just ink that and you're good. Like, what the fuck? Why Frank, are you not actually doing this book? There you go. What's up, Patrick's? I love all the people saying here. Yeah, if there's 600 people here, please hit that fucking like button. That would be great. No, now we're down to 300. Oh, shit. Oh, yeah, YouTube. You figured out you fucked up. Okay. 46 likes. There you go. There's a liquor store very close to me, but it's an ABC store, so they're closed today. Yeah, that's a YouTube glitch, y'all. The tradition is new guys to send $10 super chats the first time they join. Yeah, if there's 600 people here, everybody please send just $1 super chat. I'll sing 400 songs. What's up, Afro X? Oh, thank you, Big Herm. Thank you. What's up, Sleepy Reader? Have I seen Dude Bro Massacre 3? Do you mean Slumber Party Massacre 3? Yeah, I've seen it. It's not as good as 1 or 2, but I like it. There we go. 79 viewers. YouTube's finally figured it out. GTK Comics says, I feel Danny DeVito would do a good interpretation of Rockin Robbie. He is a bit better looking, though. Oh, Mr. Rare Key, send me your Wolverine drawing, please. Send it to my fucking Instagram or something. I'll check it out. Yeah, I don't know what glitch happened in YouTube, but I hope that for a moment 600 people were here and they showed up during the Hellboy song and they were like, what the fuck is this? Like, we made YouTube's homepage. And then they show up and I'm just like, let me tell you about it. Everybody's like, what the fuck is going on here? Not crazy about the new Punisher, but I remember a blonde Punisher in a few comics back in the day. Dolph Lundgren. I'll be honest with y'all. I'm not excited for the news of the new Punisher either. Like, a new guy is going to be Punisher. That's bullshit. Like, I had a long conversation with Spilio today. We didn't even talk about that. It's so stupid. It's so stupid. It's so stupid, first of all. It's stupid. It's stupid. And it's not going to work. This is not a character that's going to catch on. This is not a character people are going to get behind. And I feel bad because the book is written by a homie of mine, David Pepose, who I fucking love his work. He did amazing work on Savage Avengers. He's doing Moon Knight, City of the Dead. I met him when he was doing Spencer and Locke and Going to the Chapel. Super cool fucking dude. We've had him on the show a few times. David Pepose is amazing. He's a great dude. I hate that he's getting fucking given these books. Marvel doesn't know what the fuck they're doing. Let him write a Frank Castle book. Because it puts David in a fucking bad spot. Where David is going to be, and his work will be associated with this. Right? And it's obvious. Who at fucking Marvel, I'm sorry, I'm ranting. Who the fuck at Marvel goes, let's fucking replace Punisher with a blonde-haired guy? People will go for that. Nobody's gonna go for that. And I feel bad because David is such a good writer. And this does not need to happen. You know what I'm saying? It's like he's already been associated with the writer who wrote Conan out of the Marvel Universe, right? Because that was the gig. And the thing is, David's really good at what he does. And he's going to write the hell out of this book. And it's probably going to be a good book. But it's not going to work. Because people, when they buy a Punisher book, they want Frank Castle. So there you go. Somebody's porn bots were working overtime. Hey, what's up, Jim, man? How you doing? You on the plane? Dude, I was telling Bueller, I'm so jealous. And the thing is, not only am I jealous, I'm pissed off. You, Tom, and Bueller were in the same fucking city at the same convention, and I don't see pictures of y'all like at the strip club or doing fucking shots of tequila at a Twin Peaks or some shit. Y'all need Rockin Robbie in your life. That's what I'm saying, bro. Look at my socials. Look, when I go to a con, look at my pictures, Jim. You want me there. You know you want me there. You need to tell Nick. Nick needs to take me to Comic-Con next year. What's up, Zombie? How you doing? Thank you for being here, Jim. How you doing, man? I hope you're doing well. Hope you had a good weekend, bro. It looked like you did. I'm kind of interested in the X-Men Blue Nightcrawler, not Spider-Man Nightcrawler, but more backstory and how the hell is Mystique's mom. Okay. Oh, thank you, Jay. All right, we got another super chat. John with had a rough week, but this is a nice respite. Station. And you would enjoy my potato salad because it's better. Just saying. John, I want to try your potato salad. I love good potato salad, and most potato salad is not good potato salad. Thank you for the super chat. Let me tell you about this little man I know. His name is Mega Man. Mega Man was something from Capcom in the 1980s and NES days. He was the greatest, let me tell you. It was so much fun to play a Mega Man game on that old school TV. Even black and white with the NES hooked up all so tight. That game still frustrates me. I have never beaten any Mega Man game. We try it every so often, but we still get frustrated and break our controllers on the TV, don't you know? I mean, y'all know what I'm saying. Mega Man, that's some bullshit. That's like a tough-ass fucking game. It's a tough-ass game. Y'all, by the way, if you drop a super chat and you have a request of a song, please let me know. Because that Mega Man one was stretching. It was rough. Mike says, Blonde Punisher was from Amalgam Comics. I remember that. The new Punisher book is decent because I agree that Papose is a great writer. I agree, too. So everybody support that fucking book. Oh, chat dropped down on me. It's true. Most people don't know good tater salad. You're right. VH1 presents Rockin Robbie and San Diego Comic-Con. Taki, let's get VH1 on the phone. Let's get it going. Robbie, when you get a sec, what do you think about the ASM gang war storyline being re-explored in November? I ask you because I know how you feel about ASM. It's not only how I feel about Amazing Spider-Man, it's how I feel about Gang War. Gang War was one of those stories I read as a fucking kid. I love it. I still have every issue of Gang War. I love Gang War. It's what introduced me to the Rose. It might have been my first Punisher stuff I ever read. Fuck, I love Gang War. Hobgoblin, great covers. Falcon was there. Like, I love Gang War. I didn't know they were re-exploring it, so that's news to me. If it's Zeb Wells, I don't know how I feel. The current Amazing Spider-Man run is very inconsistent. It's good at times and it's bad at times, but the best parts to me have been the Tombstone story and the Hobgoblin story. So really, if you think about it, re-exploring Gang War, that's probably more what Romita and Wells need to be fucking doing. Shit like that. Not killing Miss Marvel out of fucking nowhere. Not this Gold Goblin bullshit. Not any of this other garbage. Yeah, focus on that. That might actually be a good Spider-Man story. I'm actually excited for it. Yeah, I'm actually excited for it. What's up, Lost in Comics? How you doing? My man Chris. Chris will be joining us next week on Fable and His Amazing Friends. Sunday, special time, Sunday, 3 p.m. Eastern on Instagram. Join me and Chris with Fable and Nick. It's going to be a great, grand old time. What's up, Juan? Mega Man is no joke. Mega Man 2 is the best in the series, but it doesn't mean that it's easy. It's not. I don't know Robert Palmer's Doctor. I know Irresistible, and I know, what's the other one? Because there's Simply Irresistible, She's So Fine, na, 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 na. What's the other one? Might as well face it, you're addicted to love. Sorry, y'all. Y'all are shooting out right now. Can you explain why Tim Drake is your favorite Robin, and what run was your favorite? Okay, Lulu. First of all, I don't want to offend you that my favorite Robin's not Dick Grayson, okay? And I get why people love Dick Grayson. And OUG there, with so many people think Tim Drake is the greatest Robin. I don't know about that. Tim Drake is the greatest Robin. Let me tell you why. I'll tell you why in three statements. Number one, I don't give a shit about the New 52 continuity. Let's go to the original continuity. Tim Drake is the only Robin who chose to be Robin. Tim Drake figured out Bruce Wayne and Batman were one and the same and chose to be Robin after the death of Jason Todd. Lonely Place of Dying, y'all. Marv Wolfman, I believe. George Perez did covers. Read it if you haven't already. The Lonely Place of Dying. Tim Drake chose to be Robin and pieced together that Bruce Wayne and Batman were the same person. That's fucking awesome. In the New 52, they changed that so it was Dick Grayson. They've unwritten that. It's done now. It's unwritten. Like, what's her name? The rest is still unwritten. I'll do that song. All right. What was her name? Fuck, I don't even remember her name. The rest is still... Is it Natalie something? Natasha Bedingfield. There you go. Oh, yeah, this song was dope. Feel the sun on your skin. Oh, feel the rain. Feel the rain on your skin. No one else can feel it for you. Only you can let it in. No one else can speak the words on your lips. Drench yourself in words unspoken. Live your life with arms wide open. Today is where your book begins. The rest is still unwritten. There you go. All right. Maybe I should do that one for karaoke. So, number one, Tim Drake figured out Batman was Bruce Wayne and chose to be Robin. He basically auditioned for the part. Number two, first Robin to wear pants. Tim Drake's Robin costume is absolutely fucking badass, and it's the best Robin costume ever. Sorry. The black cape on the outside, the yellow on the inside, the high collar, the fucking classic Robin look, and the green pants. Boom. First Robin to wear pants. So he was the first Robin to figure out that Batman was Bruce Wayne. He was the first Robin who actually chose to be Robin. Wasn't chosen to be Robin. He chose himself to be Robin. And 3, this motherfucker's bisexual. So there you go. I hope that explains it for you, Lulu. Break out Tears for Fears. Everybody wants to rule the world. It's not my favorite Tears for Fears song. My favorite Tears for Fears song is Mad World, actually. But I love Tears for Fears. Songs from the Big Chair is one of the most underappreciated albums of my lifetime. So, yeah. I can do that. Next Super Chat, we'll do that. If nobody has a request, we'll do some Tears for Fears. I don't know, Joe. When they introduce Damian into the movies, what are they going to retcon? I think James Gunn wants the universe in place. I think that's why we're getting all these announcements for all these other characters that are in Superman Legacy. So I think that when we get Batman Brave and the Bold, I think we're going to have Damian, of course, but I think we will have the Legacy before him. I think they will reference Dick, Tim, and Jason. But not Stephanie. Oh, but thank you for not being offended. Nah, that's why Tim figured out who Batman was. Chose to be Robin. First Robin to wear pants. Bisexual. There you go. The other thing is this. If you read Jeff Johns' Teen Titans run, Tim Drake is so fucking fleshed out in that run. And there's a story in there where they kind of go off into the future, and he's Batman. And Bruce even tells him, I knew you would always be the one to succeed me because you, out of all the other Robins, are a detective. Batman's a detective. You know who's not? Dick Grayson and Jason Todd. Tim Drake is. Natasha Bedingfield. There you go. Oh, I love the Gary Jules Mad World cover. Reminds me of one of my favorite movies. Donnie Darko. Lulu, you got to watch that one. Carrie Kelly was an okay Robin. I like Carrie, but Tim Drake. Tim Drake. Feel the rain on your skin. No one else can feel it for you. Oh my God. Why is that all? I had that album. I love it. She did a song called Single. It's really good. Head over heels. Oh my God. Something happens and I'm head over heels. I never find out till I'm head over heels. Something. I would like to karaoke Tears for Fears, but I think the only one that I feel confident in doing might be Shout. Thoughts on the Blackest Night storyline? Fucking fantastic. One of my favorite comic book crossover events of all time is Blackest Night. Even though it ends in a Care Bear stare, I still love it. Ghoul School, I'm right there with you. I love Damian as Robin. I think he's absolutely fucking hilarious. He does that a lot. Evil Face Bad says, did he just say he was bisexual? I don't understand why sexuality has anything to do with it whatsoever. Well, I put it as the last thing evil, but to me, it means a lot. Thoughts on the film The Flash? I liked The Flash. I gave it a 3.5 out of 5. I thought it was fine. I actually liked it. I thought Ezra had a really good performance. I liked Michael Keaton in it. I loved Supergirl in it. She just wasn't in there enough. It just didn't have a villain, and it had some wonky CG. Yeah, that Tim Drake Robin series from Dixon and Grummett is amazing. Tom Grummett. I met Tom Grummett. I love his art. There are plenty of comic book artists who are amazing, but when they try to draw like teenagers or kids, they just draw little versions of adults, right? Tom Grummett can draw youth. That blows me away. How does the chorus for Shout go again? Yeah. You want a free song? Shout, shout, let it on out. These are the things I can do without. Come on. I'm talking to you. Come on. In violent times. Is that how it goes? You never mom. That's all you're getting. Now it's stuck in my head, God damn it. Now I got to do it. Shout, shout, let it all out. These are the things I can do without. Come on. I'm talking to you. Come on. Yeah, it is violent times. In violent times, you shouldn't have to sell your soul. In black and white, they really, really ought to know. Those one-track minds, they took you for a working boy. Kiss them goodbye. You shouldn't have to jump for joy. You shouldn't have to shout, shout, let it all out. These are the things I can do without. Come on. My favorite bit is the synthesizer where he goes bum 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 bum. Oh, so good. So good. All right. Lulu, remind me of this if I forget. I'm doing Shout next karaoke night, which is next Saturday. So this Saturday, I should say. So there you go. What's on the Rockin Robbie playlist when I'm reading? I don't listen to music when I read. Not when I read for the not when I read for the comic book review. But sometimes if I'm just reading for fun or enjoyment, yeah, I'll play some music. But what I usually play, not to be nerdy or whatever, but I'll usually play like some classical music, like something from Handel or Mozart or something like that, honestly. And I like music without lyrics when I'm reading. If I listen to music, and so I'll listen to a lot of like ambient techno type things. Oh, fuck yeah. Enjoy the silence. I did that on karaoke, and I felt really nervous doing it. I wanted to do Never Let Me Down Again. That's what I wanted to do. All right, we're taking a quick break. When we come back, DC sneak peek, and we're talking about Barbenheimer here on Rockin'. Excuse me. Robbie live, y'all.
Welcome to Pop Culture Philosophers. I'm Rockin Robbie Live!
Hey everybody, welcome back to Rockin Robbie Live here on Pop Culture Philosophers. I am your host, Rockin Robbie Billups, and we'll be talking about movies, comics, pop culture, and a whole lot more. In this segment, we'll be talking about my Barbenheimer experience, the cinematic event of my lifetime. We'll be doing the DC sneak peek, and later on, we'll be doing the HorrorFest 2023 reveal and setting up the HorrorFest poll. All this stuff that's scrolling down at the bottom, by the way, yeah, support the channel at patreon.com/PCP. Follow us on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, all that jazz. And if you want to support the channel, do a super chat, because I'm taking song requests from super chats tonight. That's what we're doing. But in the meantime, we got a super chat from John. I'll spend money to pimp Tears for Fears 90s material, specifically the album Elemental. It's amazing. 3 or 4 classic Tears tracks, in my opinion. Get in. I have never listened to that album, so I'm writing it down right now. And I will definitely listen to it this week. And thank you for the super chat. And I don't know anything from that Tears for Fears song, so I just want to do this because I was at karaoke a few weeks ago, and they didn't have this song. And it really let me down. And I hope that karaoke never lets me down again. I'm taking a ride with my best friend. I hope he never lets me down again. He knows where he's taking me. He's taking me where I want to be. And I'm taking a ride with my best friend. Dun, 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 bum, bum. Ba-na-na, bum bum ba-na-na, bum bum ba-na-na, bum bum ba-na, bum bum ba-na-na-na-na. We're flying high, we're watching the world pass us by. Never want to come down, never want to put my feet back down on the ground. We're gonna skip some stuff. I'm taking a ride with my best friend. Dun, 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 dun. I hope he never lets me down again. My favorite line right here. It promises me I'm as safe as houses as long as I remember who's wearing the trousers. I hope he never lets me down again. Do, 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 do. Everybody, we're Flying high, we're watching the world pass us by. Never want to come down, never want to put my feet back down on the ground. We're flying high, we're watching the world pass us by. I never want to come down, never want to put my feet back down on the ground. Oh, I love that fucking song so much. It's so fucking good. What's up, everybody? Welcome back to Rockin Robbie Live. Join us tomorrow where we're going to be talking about Ip Man here on Action Fest. It's a great movie. I need to watch it after this show, actually. That's what I need to do. Do you remember when we had like 600 people here? What's up, Life is Good? How you doing? Are you not allowed to talk about your role in Wonder Woman? I renounce my wish. No, I'm not. We're flying high. We're watching the world pass us by. Never want to come down, never want to put my feet back down on the ground. I love Depeche Mode. Ain't nothing wrong with sex work, Taki. Me and Taki support sex workers. Why? Because we support Nick from Comic Culture. Oh my goodness. I meant to say we. Fuck yeah, dude. You know, I used to really stress Rockin' Robbie Live, and I was like, oh, I got to make the show. I got to do all these bits. I got to do the first 5. And yeah, Two Gun, I saw you in here. No, we didn't do the first 5 at all. I totally forgot about it. This is fun. Nick at Night. Never want to come down. Never want to put my feet back down on the ground. Do. Wait, you support sex workers or support sex workers? Both. Huh. I wonder if Robbie knows deep cuts like Laid by James or Under the Milky Way by The Church. Are you talking about the Under the Milky Way tonight? How's that song? I wish that I knew what you were thinking. What is the fuck is that? Under the Milky Way tonight. Right? Wish I knew what you were thinking. Isn't that a song? Yeah. Wish I knew what you were looking for. Yeah, that's it. Yeah, I love that fucking song. Violator is number 1, and my number 2 is going to be unpopular, but it's Delta Machine. Delta Machine is also my favorite album to have sex while listening to, if that makes sense. Welcome to My World in particular. Welcome to my world. Oh my God, and it has this like driving, like, it's like slow. Then it just like gets fucking faster. Oh my God. I love that I've become known as the thirsty fucking comic book YouTuber. Just read Lovesick, y'all. It will change your life. Wish I knew what you were looking for. That's a good song. Clayton Station, what is up, my man? How are you doing? Good, dude. I'm so excited to see you here. Thank you so much. Oh my God. Thank you for showing up. I love you so fucking much. I love you so much. Oh my God. Clayton is a good friend of mine who is going to be a better friend of mine as the years and decades continue on. I fucking love you, Clayton. Clayton, by the way, is a professional wrestler who kicks fucking ass, y'all. Like, kicks fucking ass. Like, kicks fucking ass. Get on Facebook, type in Rocket City's Tiger Kid, and be fucking amazed. Clayton, you're the fucking shit. I love you. Thank you for being here. Number 1, baby. Oh, fucking love you, man. OUG says, and now we all know a little too much about Robbie. Oh, I love you too, Clayton. God damn it, I love you. Rumor has it the book Lovesick was actually based on Fine Young Cannibals. Full circle. Clayton, I'll be there Saturday, bruh. I'll be there Saturday. I'm excited. My boy's got his first televised match, y'all. I'm telling y'all, Clayton does all the fucking high-flying, fucking flipping and all that shit. It's amazing. It's amazing. Fucking amazing, y'all. She drives me crazy. Ha, ha. I'm going to have to learn that for next time. Ha. 398. What the fuck? How the fuck do we have almost 400 fucking likes? Oh, it's in August, not this Saturday. You're still wrestling this Saturday, though, right? Yeah, I don't know what happened, Verno. We had some shit where, like, we got, like, 600 people allegedly here on the chat tonight. Then they all went away. Yeah, anyone else see that? Yeah, it shows me that we have 399 likes, which is the most we've ever got. So that's really cool. I don't know. This YouTube algorithm is fucking weird, y'all. OUG, Carrie, we gotta do karaoke together sometime. I know you're in a different state and all that shit. Oh, you're not performing this week. Well, I guess that's fine. I thought you were. Sucks. All right. We're all still planning on karaoke, though, bro. So you don't have to heal for karaoke, Clayton. So there you go. Wish I knew what you were looking for. I'm going to sit here all night and sing. Do we got shit to do? We got a Horror Fest lineup to reveal. We got DC Comics to review. Who gives a shit? Yeah, I'll give you time to heal, Clayton. God damn it. I thought you were wrestling this weekend. I was all excited. I had plans and shit. I was already... Fuck. Fuck yeah, dude. I love you, Clayton. Everybody fucking thumbs up for Clayton. Coolest. You're just the coolest, bro. All right. Sinner, where are you at? What are you doing? I want to sing right now. Oh, I never did the Hellboy song for the last Super Chats. Let's do that. Oh, first and third Saturday. Okay. So it's like, is there like 5 Saturdays this month? Okay. That makes sense. Yo. Let me tell you about this little man I know. His name is Hellboy. He was sent to the earth some long time ago to save it or destroy. Brought to this earth by Rasputin, son of a demon and a nun who had sex with the demon, but was raised by Professor Broom. Now he fights know what the craziest thing about this week is? Is that DC Comics is releasing comics this week. Believe it or not, I've read them. They released Tuesday. I'm going to let you know what I think about them here on your DC Sneak Peek. So we're knee deep into Night Terrors, but can I rant real quick? Because the first book I want to talk about is Batman Brave and the Bold #3. Batman Brave and the Bold is an $8 comic book that always contains 4 stories, a main story and a bunch of side stories. There's been a Stormwatch story by Ed Brisson. I'm not really that into it. There's been the Superman story by Christopher Cantwell and Javier Fernandez, I believe, or is it Rodriguez? Javier Rodriguez. I love the art, don't like the story. Then there's always a black and white thing at the end that I didn't really like this one. It was Jorge Molina and Kelly and Lansing. However, the main story in this book I've really enjoyed, which has been Tom King and Mitch Gerads doing a Joker year 1, basically. It's not in issue 3. Did y'all just hear what I said? The main reason to read this book is not in issue 3. What the fuck? DC, what's going on? Somebody miss a deadline? You got a book, $8, and the only reason why I'm reading this book is because of a Tom King fucking story that I think is really good, because of the Mitch Gerads artwork in particular, and it's not in issue 3? What the fuck? It's got a story in there called Mr. Baseball, about a new Batman villain who kills people with a baseball bat, by Dennis Culver. It's not bad, but what the fuck? You convinced me to convince other people to buy an $8 comic based on a 20-page story every issue by Tom King and Mitch Gerads, which slaps, but it's not in issue 3? In issue 3, you need a fucking replacement? What the fuck? That's dumb as shit. Don't buy this book anymore. Fuck it. All right, let's talk about some Night Terrors. Night Terrors issue #2 drops this week. A really fantastic fucking issue. Josh Williamson is killing it with this book. It is Nightmare on Elm Street meets the DC Universe in a way. There is a villain who's looking for the Nightmare Stone. That's right, the opposite equivalent of the Dream Stone that Dr. John Dee, Dr. Destiny from Sandman, from Justice League. It's that. I love the tie-in to classic shit. I love the tie-in to the new stuff. This is a great book. Different artists, but it works. Casper Wingard is on some of these pages, and his pages soar above the rest. But everything in this book was fucking awesome. I am loving Night Terrors, y'all. Night Terrors is fucking awesome. This book is great. Josh knows what he's doing. It's horror in the DCU. It's Nightmare on Elm Street meets the DCU. And Josh Williamson, who's a horror fan, trust me, I know him. I've talked to him. He knows what he's fucking doing. This book's awesome. Let's talk about the tie-ins. First up, Angel Breaker. This book sucked. It was not good. Not good at all. Who the fuck is Angel Breaker? Apparently someone from the Tim Seeley, Tom King, Grayson run. I don't know. I have no idea what the hell's going on here. I read this book. I have no idea what the hell is going on. I'm looking at it right now. I don't know what the hell's going on. This book had zero connection to Night Terrors and zero connection to anything that I'm aware of. So I guess if you're a fan of Angel Breaker or Tim Seeley, check it out. But other than that, worst Night Terrors book I've read. Night Terrors, Titans. You know, when they first announced this idea that Night Terrors was going to replace DC Comics for 2 months, I said, that's terrible. You're ruining momentum being built up on books like Titans by Tom Taylor. Well, how about this book, which is by somebody completely different? It wasn't good. It wasn't good. It was okay, I guess. It starts off with somebody waking up. Who the fuck is this even? I don't even know who the fuck this is. Somebody wakes up, they're in a dream, and then all the Titans are sharing a dream, or they're able to, I don't fucking know what's going on. Each of these tie-ins is supposed to be about the nightmares of these people. This is the nightmare of Donna Troy, of Cyborg, of Beast Boy, of everybody. No Dick Grayson here. I guess he's got his own thing with the Nightwing one, right? But I don't know. It was all building up to this point. It happened really quickly. It had a nice pace to it, but when it got to the end, I'm like, that's your fucking bit? And the other thing is, I'm very impressed when the artists get the memo that this is a horror comic, and the artists actually show us a horror side of their art. That does not happen in these two books. So there you go. Night Terror's Harley Quinn. This one was okay. This one is not too bad. It's Harley's nightmare. Her nightmare is a little bit more complex. It's got some multiversity type vibes to it. It's written by Teenie Howard. I'm not the biggest fan of Teenie Howard. I do think she's a good writer, but her stuff just doesn't always resonate with me. But I actually did like this one, but my favorite bit is the artist. Hayden Sherman on the artist. Hayden Sherman on the art. I'm all here for it. He's using some really cool layouts and composition that we've seen on books like Wasted Space. Let me find another page. Just like, wow. Oh, yeah, and she's reading Multiversity. So this one was actually interesting. I liked it. Is it tied into the... Do you have to read this to understand Night Terrors? No! But if you like Hayden Sherman, check that one out. Night Terrors Action Comics. Not bad. Jesus. Everything fell. Hold on. Night Terrors Action Comics. Not bad. Not bad at all, actually. Two stories. The first story is a Power Girl story, which is by Leah Williams. And it was decent. It was okay. It delves through the history of Power Girl, so I thought that was fine. The art was decent enough in it. But the second story by Philip Kennedy Johnson, which is more about the extended Superman family, their nightmares, like Connor and the kids from Warworld and shit like that. Like, I liked it. I thought it was cool. And it does reflect on what's been going on in Action Comics. So is it essential to understanding Night Terrors? Not at all. But if you're reading Action Comics, you might want to check it out. Next up, the best Night Terrors tie-in I've read so far. Night Terrors Detective Comics. Wow. This book was fucking good. It's written by our friend Dan Waters. Okay, so it's written by Dan Waters with artwork by Riccardo Federici. Yeah. The artwork is fucking great in this book. And yeah, he gets the memo. This is a horror comic. You got some Cenobite looking shit going on in here. It's great. It's focused mostly on Gordon, which I absolutely love. And if we want to do another Gordon series, let Dan do it. Dan Waters is one of the best writers in comics right now, and he's not making the waves that his homie Rom is making, but Dan Waters is the shit when it comes to DC Comics right now. I love his work. He's doing Seasons of Teeth. He's been doing the backup stories in Detective Comics. He did the Azrael bit. Can we please get Dan Waters on an Aquaman book? And it's because he'd do a great job. Plus his last name is Waters. Anyway, that was the best Night Terrors tie-in I have read yet. Is it necessary? No. Is it awesome? Fuck yes. Fuck yes. But let's talk about the best DC book I read this week, which was not a Night Terrors tie-in, nor was it a main continuity DC title. It was a DC Black Label book that blew me the fuck away, y'all. Superman, The Last Days of Lex Luthor by Mark Waid and Brian Hitch. This book was really good. One of my favorite characters in comics is Lex Luthor. I love Lex. I think Lex is a great character, very complex, very complicated, very easy for me to get into. This is an out-of-continuity story doing its own thing, where Lex is dying. Lex is dying, and he wants Superman to save him. Holy shit. It dives into the relationship between Lex and Clark, and it goes all the way back to the Smallville days and all the way through to the current day. And Lex has never been written better, honestly. Lex is great. And the story, Superman, all the characteristics of these characters are there because Mark Waid knows what the fuck he's doing, okay? But y'all, can I tell y'all this? I like Brian Hitch a lot. You know why I think this is some of the best Brian Hitch artwork I've seen in a long time? The inker is Kevin Nolan. Kevin Nolan is inking Brian Hitch. And if you know Kevin Nolan's work, you can see it right there. You can see it. This book is awesome. Lex Luthor is dying. He tries to get Superman's attention by attacking a whole island. It's awesome. This book is really good. It's got nuance. It's thick. It's got a lot of meat to it. It's got amazing artwork. It's Brian Hitch, inked by Kevin Nolan. Brian Hitch, inked by Kevin Nolan, y'all. Holy shit. All right, so to recap. Batman, Brave and the Bold, #3. Fuck that book. Night Terrors, awesome. Night Terrors Titans, not so awesome. Night Terrors Angel Breaker, worst tie-in so far. Night Terrors Harley Quinn, Hayden Sherman artwork. Really cool exploration on the character of Harley Quinn. Night Terrors Action Comics, first story was okay, second story was dope. If you're reading Action Comics, definitely pick this up. And Detective Comics Night Terrors, the best Night Terrors book I've read. That shit was awesome. But do not miss Superman, The Last Days of Lex Luthor, a great exploration of the dynamic between Lex and Clark, as well as some amazing artwork, because it's Brian Hitch, inked by Kevin Nolan, y'all. Let me just find something else. I gotta find you another page. Oh, and the coloring is great too. Oh, here we go. Look at that. Brian Hitch, inked by Kevin Nolan. Y'all know who Kevin Nolan is, right? I met him last year. It was great. Anyway, that has been your DC Sneak Peek. That was nice. We got through that. That was good. That was nice. My restaurant has been so busy, next to a movie theater, lots of good movies. Yes. Let's talk about that. So, y'all know me. I do work with Dynamite. And one of the shows I do with Dynamite is a show that I do with my buddy Rex. Most Fridays. We didn't do it this last week. Rex was on vacation. I thought Amy was going to do it, but she never responded. And sometimes on that show, Rex likes to tell me that movies are dead. Nobody goes to movie theaters. Nobody makes a big event of it anymore. Like, we all like to watch streaming shit at our home and all this kind of stuff. And I always disagree, because Mario made $1 billion this year. And I've been saying other things like Barbie, Oppenheimer, y'all wait. And we all saw the buildup on social media. We all saw the buildup on social media, right? Of Barbenheimer. The Barbenheimer event. Barbie and Oppenheimer released on the same day. Well, I watched fucking both of them. I went with a dear friend to see Barbie, because she was very excited to see Barbie, and I wanted to take her to see Barbie. And then I got to take her home, come home and chill for a bit. Then I went and saw Oppenheimer in IMAX. Y'all ready to talk about it in a non-spoilery way? It's time to talk about Barbie. I enjoyed the hell out of Barbie. I thought Barbie was awesome. This was a movie that knew exactly what it was trying to do. This was a movie that had respect for the IP, but at the same time was able to poke fun at the IP. It was a movie that was able to explore the legacy of Barbie in the positive light and the negative light. And it was able to do it in a slightly contradictory manner that I absolutely loved. Here's the plot of Barbie. There's the Barbie world and there's the real world. And every Barbie in the real world corresponds to a character in Barbie world, right? And each toy in Barbie world takes on a little bit of the characteristics of the person who's playing with the Barbie. So our Barbie, Margot Robbie, goes through a slight existential crisis in this movie. She winds up having to travel to the real world. And in the real world, Ken tags along. Ken finds out that in the real world, men rule everything. So he takes the idea of patriarchy back to Barbie world and it wrecks everything. This movie's fucking good. It's good, but it's not great. Okay? Barbie, first of all, had a stunning visual sense to it. It was gorgeous to watch. It had sexy people in it. It was shot very well. It was colorful and also mundane when it needed to be. Margot Robbie is a revelation in the film. Absolutely fantastic. She's great. The standout star for me in this movie is Ryan Gosling as Ken. Ryan Gosling gives one of his best performances ever. He is cracking me up all the way through this movie. He's great. He's absolutely fucking amazing. The rest of the cast is pretty solid too. But the movie doesn't depend on them. But without Margot and Ryan, the movie would really fall. But it doesn't fall because they're both awesome. Not every joke lands. There are some jokes that had me rolling in my fucking seat. Other jokes that had me just kind of... So not every joke landed. And the jokes that didn't land really didn't land. And they felt kind of dated and aged. The movie also runs a little bit too long for me in the end. It has a really prolonged third act. So those are my problems with the movie. Is that not every joke landed, and the jokes that didn't land really bombed, to be honest. However, the jokes that work. And Margot Robbie is amazing. And Ryan Gosling is amazing. And most of the other performances are really solid. And it's got some great musical numbers, and it has fun with itself. It doesn't take itself too seriously, but at the same time, it's rather profound in what it's saying about life and nostalgia. So it's kind of a mixed bag, right? It's good, but it's not great. It runs a little bit long in the third act. In particular, it takes forever to end. That being said, I'm going to give Barbie a 3.5 out of 5 you digs. Should Gosling get a Best Supporting Actor nomination? No. But it's one of his best performances. So I would give Barbie a 3.5. If you watch Barbie, let me know what you thought. What do you rate it? What happened to the 600 in the chat? YouTube's a mistake, Bobby. That's what happened. Let's take a look at the chat. Barbie had a great set design. I agree, Rogue Collecting, 100%. Ouroboros says, I liked it, but felt the ending was jarring with the tonally silly film. Okay, I can dig that. Ariaga says, maybe when it comes out on streaming, but definitely not going to the theater for Barbie. That's okay. Ouroboros says, third act and ending, I agree with you on everything. Hell yeah. The algorithm caught hold because you said Barbenheimer. Can we get those 600 people back? And can they all leave $1 behind? All right. But you don't have the Barbenheimer experience without doing the second part of the double feature. So now we're going to talk about Oppenheimer. All right. I'm not going to spoil anything. But spoilers, this is about the dude who made the atomic bomb. All right. I watched both of these on Thursday. Back to back. I'm trying not to let the hype build me up. And I'm trying to be very nuanced and fair in my review. Let me take a drink. Let me take a drag. Oppenheimer is not only the best film I've seen this year so far, it might be Christopher Nolan's best film. I know you've heard that. And when a movie comes out, I am guilty of this. When a movie comes out that I like, that I'm excited for, so we build up hype in our heads sometimes about movies. I am a huge fucking mark for Christopher Nolan. A huge fucking mark for Christopher Nolan, okay? I already had decided I was going to love this movie, and I just didn't want to be let down. But when we have build up in our heads, we can easily be let down or have rose-colored glasses. So I want to make sure that I don't have rose-colored glasses here, but I'm going to be very honest right now, okay? This is the best movie I've seen all year. It's the best Christopher Nolan movie I've seen, and I don't think Christopher Nolan's made a shit film at all. I think every movie he's made has been fucking amazing. In fact, today I was talking with some friends from the Excitable PCP crew, from the PCP Army Bad Batch. I was talking to Fable. I was talking to Dylan. I was talking to Verno. I was talking to Steph. And I was like, this is the best Christopher Nolan film I've ever seen. He's not made a bad movie. And I was trying to say, at the moments where Christopher Nolan leveled up, and like as an artist, as a filmmaker, I really wanted to say every fucking movie. He leveled up here. He leveled up here. He leveled up here. He leveled up here. Christopher Nolan can do no wrong. Here's the thing. This movie's amazing. Let's get to it. Cast. Cillian Murphy. He's going to get nominated for Best Actor. He better. And he probably should win. But there's a lot more film to come out the rest of this year. Cillian Murphy's going to be nominated for Best Actor. And he might have the potential to win. He's amazing in this film. He carries the film. The film's amazing. Robert Downey Jr. Yeah. Not only should he be nominated for an Academy Award, he needs to fucking win, William. This is the best performance I have ever seen from Robert Downey Jr. Robert Downey Jr. is so good in so many movies. Robert Downey Jr. is a bigger factor in this movie than I realized. I didn't realize how important the relationship between Strauss and Oppenheimer was to this film. It is essentially key. He carries it. Emily Blunt's great. Everybody else in the movie is great. I do have to take a moment, though. Talk about Florence Pugh in this film. Florence Pugh. Florence Pugh is so sweaty and nude in this film. It just fucking brings me joy, goddammit. I'm watching a sweaty and nude Florence Pugh in IMAX. And I am all here for it, y'all. I am all here for it. You know what I'm saying? I'm all here for it. It is, yeah, let's get fucking thirsty. It is goddamn beautiful to see in this film. I'm not going to lie. That took me by fucking surprise. Like 100% by surprise. However, her performance is really strong. Not just her body, not just the sweatiness and the sexiness of it. Her performance is amazing. She's in this movie so little. It brought me to tears, y'all. It brought me to fucking tears. This movie is a biopic about the dude who helped create the atomic bomb. It's a fucking biopic that feels like an event blockbuster level movie. It is absolutely brilliant. All the performances are brilliant. Nobody misses in this film. Everybody's on. Rami Malek or whatever his name is, the dude from the last James Bond movie, or he's in one of the James Bond. Is it the last James Bond movie? He's in the James Bond movie. He's Freddie Mercury in the Queen movie, right? Like, he's in it for like 2 scenes. an actor of that caliber is there for just 2 scenes. The movie is fucking brilliant. Style and structure. 3-hour movie feels like an hour and a half. I was praising Mission Impossible Dead Reckoning Part 1, which is Mission Impossible Part 7, Part 1. I love that movie. 2.5 hours felt like 2 hours. This is a 3-hour movie that feels half as long. How? Why? Because the pacing is so on fucking point, and the cinematography is so on point. Everything about this movie, there's no wasted fucking space. It's not told in a linear fashion, but it's told in a spectacular fashion. It goes from black and white to color. The black and white and the color actually have a lot to do with the structure and technicalness of the film, because certain scenes are subjective, certain scenes are objective, and the black and white and the color tell you what's what. That's brilliant to me. Excellent use of the IMAX camera, of the big scope, the screen. It does move ratio in the movie, but like everything is so intentional, so beautiful, so amazing. 3-hour movie that feels like an hour and a half. It's visually fucking stunning, and there's not a goddamn single CGI shot in the movie. It's all practical. It's all practical, which means it can be done. It can be done. So all y'all people out there that be like, oh no, we could just do it in post-production. We want to film all of our movies on a green screen. Fuck y'all. Christopher Nolan ain't got to do that. Will Smith ain't got to cuss in his records, but I do, so fuck you. Well, fuck all the filmmakers who think they have to do CGI. Nolan proved you don't have to. Now, he gets some big budgets because he's made a career. He's got a name. Let's talk about this. Oppenheimer was projected to hit $50 million this weekend. Barbie was projected to hit $100 million. Barbie's going to wind up over $150 million, one of the biggest openings, if not the biggest opening of the weekend, or of the year. And Oppenheimer opened at $75 million. Let that sink in. It's a biopic about a scientist that opened to $75 million. It opened higher than Fast X, Shazam 2. It opened higher than Indiana Jones and the Dial of Destiny. It even opened up higher, I think, than Mission Impossible. And when I went to my movie theater, and I go to the movies often, y'all know me. This was the busiest I've seen this theater since like Endgame. In both theaters. Barbie and Oppenheimer. Oppenheimer's showings were sold the fuck out. This movie's making money. Barbie's making money. Cinema's alive. We still want movies. Cost $100 million to make. It made $75 million in America its first weekend. This movie's going to make plenty of money. So is Barbie. This movie's going to outpace Barbie in the long run. Why? Because this movie's going to be back in theaters in December when the Oscars get announced. This movie's going to be nominated for Best Picture, Best Screenplay, Best Cinematography, Best Special Effects, Best Sound Design. The sound design, I don't think I've ever seen a movie with better sound design. This is the best sound design I've ever fucking experienced in the movie theater. I've watched a lot of movies, y'all. Oppenheimer, I'm not trying to kayfabe you. I'm not trying to bullshit you right now. Oppenheimer is a true great movie and the greatest movie we've had in, I think, a decade, if not more. The music is so good. The themes are there. It's about the complexity of life with no judgment. Something I loved about this movie. Oppenheimer was a little bit of a womanizer. He was a little bit of a... He was a little self-righteous. And he was definitely like the smell of his own farts. At times. He's a very complex individual. This movie is a riveting fucking summer blockbuster. That's a biopic about a scientist. This movie's amazing. No surprise. 5 you digs. 5 you digs. Best movie I've seen all fucking year. It's going to be hard to top it. It's going to be hard to top it, y'all. Saw X, what you got? It's going to be hard to top this one. I loved Tenet, Steph. And you're right. It probably dropped at the wrong time. Oppenheimer is fucking brilliant. It's his best film. It's his best film, in my opinion. And I'm a Nolan mark. So, yeah. 5 you digs for Oppenheimer. Y'all go see it. And Barbenheimer, the movie event of my lifetime. Holy shit. Even Lethal Weapon 2 and Batman came out on different days. Anyway, that's what I thought about Oppenheimer. If you watched it, what do you think? Out of 5 you digs, what do you give it? I give it 5. All right, we're going to take a quick break. When we come back, we're going to reveal the Horror Fest lineup for 2023, and we're going to set up the Horror Fest poll for PCP Movie Night when we come back here on Pop Culture Philosophers, Rockin Robbie
Never break, always fight, never quit, do it right, play the game, win it life, have no shame, there's no time, feel the pain, live the grind, I could change, in my mind, pick a lane, commit and climb, the only way to win it life, I never miss, that's fact, taking big swings, bitch, hand me the bat, put me in the ring, you'll go out in a bag, cause I sing what I mean and I bring it to the mad light. Ain't got time to kill, I got time to feel. I took the red pill, I know life's short so I wanna live real. But how's it supposed to feel? How's it supposed to feel? How's it supposed to feel? They wanna say my name, but they holding back. They wanna say they hate, but they know it's cap. I ain't play no games, I just do that's fact. And I don't feel no shame, it's a mood you lack. I go crazy, nah bitch I ain't lazy. Track after track, I work on the shit daily. Pass me the jack, right as fuel, got me hazy. About to unpack all these things I've been chasing. I've got visions in my head, like memories after death. To be a legend instead of something you can forget. I'm living up every breath, I'd rather lead than be led. I'll fill the seeds as I spread with every word that I've said. How's it supposed to feel? How's it supposed to feel?
Welcome to Pop Culture Philosophers. I'm Rockin Robbie Live.
Hey, what's up, y'all? How you doing? Welcome back to Rockin Robbie Live here on Pop Culture Philosophers. So I've been thinking about getting a new cat for a while. An opportunity presented itself to me this week to get a new cat, and I've been nervous about it because I don't know if I can quite afford it. But we've had some nice super chats tonight, and I really do appreciate it. So I don't know why I wanted to say that, but I did. So there you go. Anyway, what's up, everybody? We've had a great show already. We talked about the DC Comics this week. We talked about a lot of other bullshit. We just talked about my Barbenheimer experience. Barbie 3.5, Oppenheimer a 5 out of 5. 5.69, actually. It's fucking amazing. As if I'm not already trying to convince myself enough to get this cat. I at one point I had two of my dear friends sending me picture after picture of this fucking cat, and I was just like, y'all, come on. Yeah, I think I want that cat. Anyway, we're moving on. I think I want that cat. The cat seems adorable. I gotta meet her. Do it. All right, Steph. Yeah. All right, so what were we talking about? All right, I'm just going to tell y'all this straight up. Like, you can call me thirsty or whatever. I don't give a shit. I am. But fuck. Florence Pugh is so fucking hot in Oppenheimer, y'all. You don't even fucking know. She's so fucking hot in that movie. She is literally completely nude and sweaty. She is fucking nude and sweaty. Two of my favorite things to see people as, nude and sweaty. I've been telling my homies about it all weekend. It's like, y'all, if I can't convince you to watch Oppenheimer, Florence Pugh is nude and sweaty. So there you go. All right. Shouldn't you also do reviews for Image Comics since it's also out on Tuesday? Not yet. But once they are, maybe. Yeah, but when Image makes the switch to Lunar, which is in just a couple months, they will be releasing a day early as well. Y'all, I'm telling you. I'm straight up telling you. Florence Pugh is so hot in Oppenheimer. I have developed a whole new crush. My sexuality is Florence Pugh and Oppenheimer. Dylan. What's up, Dylan? You're here just in time. By the way, we're about to talk about Horror Fest, but Action Fest is still going on. Ip Man tomorrow night. It's going to be a great show. All right. It's time to break down the Horror Fest list. What if Florence Pugh played the female Rockin Robbie? Lulu, I've never wanted to fuck myself, but holy shit, that would be a conundrum for me. She's amazing in the film. It's not just about her body. She's amazing in the fucking film. Just so y'all know, it's not just about her body. Which was very nice. It'd be a low-key situation. Yeah, dude. I would keep that low-key. All right. I'm sorry. We got a super chat. We got to get to. Coughing. Super chat from Larry Moore. Thank you so much. I really want to do the Hellboy song again. How was she, William? I didn't know that. Well, was she sweaty? Everybody, sing along. Let me tell you about this little man I know. His name is Hellboy. He was sent to the earth some long time ago to save it or destroy. Brought to this earth by Rasputin, son of a demon and a nana who had a sex with the demon, but was raised by Professor broom. Now he fights evil and monsters. Shit. Now he fights with the man who's a fish named Fishman. Now he fights with a fire starter named Liz. Yo, check it out. What? Yo. Oh, this show's a probability. You'll probably find me looking out to see memories, widening, erasing capabilities, filling in the ecstasy, breathing in the salty breeze, bittersweet abundances of love like liberty. Forward is the ocean, behind me commotion, erosion in the feet, and the shadows approaching. Notions atrocious, emotions corrosive. Suppose it's ghosts to break away my focus. Did y'all even hear that? All right. Lady Macbeth. No, I've never seen that. But Dylan's going to watch it tonight. He's going to let me know. All right, y'all. We've put it off enough. It's time for the Horror Fest 2023 lineup. That's right. You ready? Okay. Y'all know me. I love horror films. I love doing Horror Fest. We started it here on the channel years ago. I started it in my personal life decades ago, where it originally started out like this. In October, all we're going to do is watch horror films. Then eventually that morphed into all of September and October. All we're going to do is watch horror films. And now we got a weekly movie review show, and we've had it. And every October we do Horror Fest. And now every September and October we do Horror Fest with Dylan's Horror Show. And now we start Horror Fest at the end of August. Go through September, through October with Dylan's Horror Show and Blood Splatter Chatter. That's right, Verno's channel, Blood Splatter Chatter, is now part of Horror Fest, which makes this the biggest Horror Fest yet. 32 individual shows coming at you this year. Over 50 movies being talked about this year. It's the biggest Horror Fest ever, y'all. And I'm excited to announce it. And I'm even excited, more excited, to let people that were watching DHS last night know that we're a go. We're all good. Y'all ready for the biggest and baddest and most fucking awesome Horror Fest ever? You ready? You ready to see what we're going to be talking about this year? I want to see some people in the chat. Throw out your pumpkins. Throw out your fucking shit. Let me know how hype you are, y'all. I'll pause for station identification while you do so, please. Over 50 movies talked about this year. In 32 shows across 3 channels for Horror Fest, y'all. Links in the description. Thank you, Fable. Oh, I love seeing those pumpkins. Let me see some more. Come on, y'all. Bring them. I'm ready for this lineup, y'all. You don't even know. I live for fucking Horror Fest. My favorite thing about Action Fest is because it means it's right around the fucking corner. By the way, Ip Man next week, or tomorrow, Predator next week, and the week after that, the Beverly Hills Cop trilogy. Oh, look at all those pumpkins. I want to see more. Getting ready for the poll we're about to do. Come on, y'all. Let me see those pumpkins. Some people got to take a moment to find the pumpkin emoji. That's fine. Fuck yeah, y'all. All right, clowns I can do too. Oh, we're not doing any clown movies this year. Fuck yeah. All right. Y'all. Over 50 movies on 32 shows across 3 channels. Horror Fest. Horror Fest 2023. Y'all ready? Are y'all ready? Oh, it starts. Let me make sure I get the date right here. It's August 26th, right? Yep, it starts Saturday, August 26th, right? On Dylan's Horror Show. All right, enough pumpkins. Y'all ready? It opens up on Dylan's Horror Show, August 26th, with the classic Maniac, the original from 1980, y'all. I cannot tell you how excited I am to start this whole fucking event on DHS with this movie. Dylan's Horror Shows are on Saturdays. PCP Movie Night are on Mondays. Blood Splatter Chatter, I believe, is on Thursdays, except for a certain one, which you'll understand the reason why. So keep that in mind. Dylan's Horror Show, Maniac, Episode 1 of Horror Fest this year. Then, on PCP Movie Night, we're going to be talking about the entire Texas Chainsaw Massacre franchise. We're talking about 9 movies, right? From 1974 to 2022, we're talking about all of the TCM movies. Then kicking it off on Blood Splatter Chatter, Don't Breathe. Never seen this movie. It's an interesting one. Now, I'm not going to be on every single episode, but I'm going to be on as many episodes as I can. So let's go back and review. Horror Fest starts with Maniac on Dylan's Horror Show. Texas Chainsaw Massacre franchise on PCP Movie Night. Don't Breathe on Blood Splatter Chatter. Then on Dylan's Horror Show, we're talking about The Howling, Joe Dante werewolf classic from 1981. After that, Captain Kronos Vampire Hunter on PCP Movie Night, a Hammer film, one of my favorites. We are leaning into the 70s this year. Then over at over at Blood Splatter Chatter, Sisters, a movie I've never even heard of. So that's interesting. And then on Dylan's Horror Show, Prey, the latest Predator film. I haven't seen this, but a lot of people were into it. And there you go. Prey. It's on Hulu. Then on PCP Movie Night, Elvira, Mistress of the Dark. Y'all, you know me. You know I'm ready for this one. After that, on Blood Splatter Chatter, The Blob, the 1988 version, which we have covered on DHS. But this is going to be a whole new conversation with a new panel and a movie worth checking out. Great thumbnail, by the way, Verno. After that, on Dylan's Horror Show, Cujo. You know he can't get through a horror fest without a Stephen King movie. After that, Sleepaway Camp on PCP Movie Night. My favorite thing about doing this show is it was the first show of ours for Horror Fest to fill up the panel. So that means a lot of people are excited to talk about it. However, what's even more exciting to me is that Brooks has never seen this movie and doesn't know a fucking thing about it. So that's dope. After that, on Blood Splatter Chatter, Bride of Chucky. I will definitely be there for that. It's going to be a great conversation. My favorite movie in the Child's Play franchise. After that, Sinister on Dylan's Horror Show. I've never seen this movie, but I will watch it. We'll talk about that a little bit later. Then on PCP Movie Night, The Brood, David Cronenberg classic. I love this fucking movie. Very excited to bring it to Horror Fest. Then on Blood Splatter Chatter, A Quiet Place Part 2. Which I actually like more than Part 1. I did like Part 1, but Part 2 to me is a really good movie. Then on Dylan's Horror Show, Wishmaster. Is it a good movie? No. But is it going to be fun to review this? Yes. Then on PCP Movie Night, we got the movie poll. We're about to be picking movies for that right now. Sisters is a De Palma film. Ooh. Very interesting. Then on Blood Splatter Chatter, Deadstream. This movie really, I want to say this was a Shudder film, or it was on Shudder or something, but like, it was a movie that a lot of horror fans, the horror community, was really into last year. So that's an interesting one to check out. Then on Dylan's Horror Show, he's doing the David Gordon Green Halloween trilogy, which is Halloween 2018, Halloween Kills, Halloween Ends. Snooze Fest, other words. Anyway, so we're doing that on Dylan's Horror Show. Then on PCP Movie Night, you know we can't do a horror fest without an Argento film. So we're going to be talking about Dario Argento's Opera. It's going to be great. That's a really cool panel lined up for that one too. After that, On Blood Splatter Chatter, a special Friday show because there's a Friday the 13th in October, so Verno had to take the opportunity to review Friday the 13th. On Friday the 13th. And the very next day, on Dylan's Horror Show, Friday the 13th, Part 2. He did miss his opportunity, though, to add Saturday the 14th. I'm just going to say, maybe we should have done that, but Friday the 13th, Part 2 might be my favorite Friday movie, so very excited for that. After that, Ju-On, The Grudge on PCP Movie Night. This is the original Japanese film that the American Grudge with Sarah Michelle Gellar is based on. Do not watch the Sarah Michelle Gellar one. It sucks. Watch the original Japanese one. It's fucking dope. After that, on Blood Splatter Chatter, The Exorcist, Believer. It's the new Exorcist film from David Gordon Green. It's probably going to suck, but they'll give it a fair shot and a fair shake. After that, on Dylan's Horror Show, Night of the Demons, Linnea Quigley fucking Gold. Fuck yes. And then on PCP Movie Night, Dawn of the Dead, Argento Cut. It's not just Dawn of the Dead. It's the Dawn of the Dead Argento Cut. We're watching the European Argento Cut of Dawn of the Dead. That's going to be a great conversation. Then over at Blood Splatter Chatter, one of the greatest horror films of the most recent years, Barbarian. Barbarian. Yes, Trade Paper Dad, how you doing? I have watched the original Japanese The Ring, which is Ringu. Fantastic movie. Barbarian on Blood Splatter Chatter. Then on Dylan's Horror Show, Halloween 3, Season of the Witch. Definitely a movie worth unpacking because this movie's fucking awesome. And then the grand finale. Here we go. On a Sunday night before Halloween, we're going to be talking about 1931's Universal classic Dracula, starring Bela Lugosi, on PCP Movie Night. And then the very next day, we're talking about the entire Saw franchise, including the new one, Saw X. All 10 Saw films reviewed for HorrorFest for the PCP Movie Night grand finale. But the grand finale of HorrorFest is on Blood Splatter Chatter on Halloween night. He's going to be talking about the Rob Zombie Halloween. I don't fault him for that. So there you go. That's the lineup, y'all. What do you think? What movie are you most looking forward to? Let's recap again. Look at that list. I promised you, the biggest horror fest ever. We're delivering it right now. This year, 2023. Over 50 movies covered on 32 shows across 3 channels. Let's run through that list again. Maniac on DHS. Texas Chainsaw Massacre franchise on PCP. Don't Breathe on BSC. The Howling. Captain Kronos, Vampire Hunter. Sisters. It's a De Palma film. Prey. Elvira, Mistress of the Dark. The Blob, 1988. Cujo. Sleepaway Camp. Bride of Chucky. Sinister. The Brood. A Quiet Place, Part 2. Wishmaster. Who knows? Deadstream. Halloween Trilogy from David Gordon Green. Opera from Dario Argento. Friday the 13th. And Friday the 13th Part 2. Ju-On, The Grudge. The Exorcist, Believer. Night of the Demons. Dawn of the Dead, the Argento Cut. Barbarian. Halloween 3, Season of the Witch. Dracula, 1931. And Saw, all 10 movies. And Halloween 2007. Y'all, what a fucking lineup. I'm just going to leave this here for a second so you can screenshot, take a picture. I don't care. Get ready. Look at this list. Start watching. This is going to be the best horror fest ever. over 50 movies on 32 shows across 3 channels. HorrorFest 2023. PCP promises, PCP delivers. Station. It's going to be awesome. Blood Splatter Chatter and Dylan's Horror Show and PCP Movie Night combine forces for HorrorFest. Let me see those pumpkins, y'all. Let me see those pumpkins. One of those movies on PCP Movie Night is a movie poll. What movie do you want us to cover for HorrorFest? If it's not something we've already done, or something we're planning on doing, or something I just veto for some reason otherwise, throw out your movies. First 10 responses that are acceptable are part of the poll, which will be live on the PCP Army group on Facebook. Let's get it going. What movies do you want us to do for HorrorFest? Bonesaw Tomahawk. Everybody gets one pick. Bonesaw Tomahawk. I don't even know what that is, bruh. CTA, you're dropping too many movies at the same time, so I'll just put The Descent first. Since that's what you put first. The Descent. Tales from the Hood. I Madman. Ouroboros, we did Bride of Frankenstein last year for HorrorFest on PCP Movie Night. We did Frankenstein and Bride of Frankenstein double feature. Check it out. Bonesaw Tomahawk is legit. Mad Monster Party. That's 5. Blood Diner. Bizarro, we did that on Dylan's Horror Show already, so check that out. Scooby-Doo on Zombie Island? Okay. Scooby-Doo on Zombie Island. All right. I hope that wins. WrestleManiac. Is that a movie? Yep, 2006. WrestleManiac. Terrifier 1 and 2, Trade Paper Dad, we just did on Dylan's Horror Show last year. So check that out. Night of the Comet. You know, Steph, we did that on Dylan's Horror Show. But we did it as a triple feature with Night of the Comet, Night of the Demons, and Night of the Creeps. So I'll add that because we haven't done it solo. I love that movie. Critters 2. Fuck yeah. Dylan just did Critters 2. I don't give a shit. We'll do it. Poltergeist. That's 10 movies. We're going to open it up to 13. Return of the Living Dead. I've watched that movie twice this month alone. Yeah, let's put that on the fucking poll. Devil's Backbone. Guillermo del Toro. Love that film. We're doing 13 movies, so I got one more. What's after Devil's Backbone? Ginger Snaps 2. Ooh. I've only seen Ginger Snaps 1, but I have 2 and 3 on VHS. All right. Everybody else, some great picks. I'm sorry, it's just a little bit late. Ghoulies 3. What the fuck? We're doing Sleepaway Camp, Chris. Oh, Lulu, I've totally seen Interview with Vampire. I watched that in movie theaters. Yeah, we'll watch Queen of the Damned. Don't worry about that. All right, I've never reviewed Train to Busan. I'm sorry. Yes, sir, you can borrow my copy. What copy of what, Clayton? What are you talking about? All right, so here's the poll. Bonesaw Tomahawk, The Descent, Tales from the Hood, I Madman, Mad Monster Party, Scooby-Doo, on Zombie Island, WrestleManiac, Night of the Comet, Critters 2, Poltergeist, Return of the Living Dead, The Devil's Backbone, and Ginger Snaps 2. That is the HorrorFest poll. It's about to go live on the PCP Army on the Facebook group. If you're not part of the PCP Army, join it Let your voice be heard. Oh, Clayton, of course you got a copy of WrestleManiac. Well, we'll see what wins. If I had to pick one of these, because I do, I get a vote too. Oh, that's tough. You know I want to talk about Return of the Living Dead. You know that's one of my favorite movies. But The Devil's Backbone? Ooh. Night of the Comet would be good to unpack, but Return of the Living Dead or Devil's Backbone, that's what I'm going to pick. Shit. That's tough. That's tough. I see Steph and is it Verno that's loving fucking y'all loving what was it? The Descent? I'm going to let y'all know this. I do not like The Descent. I've only seen it once, and when it first came out, like on DVD, but like I didn't like it because there was a lot of hype behind it. It was like every year there's a horror film that has a lot of hype behind it that I can't stand, that everybody else loves. Last year, it was Black Phone. The year before that, it was Scream 5. So, I don't know. We'll see what happens. This poll is going to be live in the PCP Army, the official Pop Culture Philosophers Facebook group. Fuck yeah. What a great lineup. Some of these movies I've never heard of. Well, Bonesaw Tomahawk and WrestleManiac I've never heard of. I've heard of the rest of them. I've even heard of the Scooby-Doo on Zombie Island. Is it Scooby-Doo in Zombie Island or on? On Zombie Island. 1998. Hey, Frank Welker's in it. That's nice. Mark Hamill. Adrienne Barbeau. Oh, shit. Watch that shit win. Watch that shit win. Watch Scooby-Doo win. Steph says, I watched Zombie Island back when it came out on Cartoon Network. Well, Steph, if Zombie Island or The Descent win, or Night of the Comet, you have to join us. All right, this poll is going to be active on PCP Army on Facebook very soon as we wrap up this show. But before we end, we got to do a little bit of show and tell. All right. So PCP Movie Night is opening up Horror Fest with the entire franchise review of Texas Chainsaw Massacre. We got a great panel lined up for that one. It's going to be me. It's going to be Verno. It's going to be Jelani. It's going to be Brooks. It's going to be Joe Corallo. That's what we got so far. There's room for one more. If someone wants to join us, let us know. But because of that, I had to buy some Texas Chainsaw Massacres movies that I've never seen. Because me, personally, I want to own every movie physically that we're doing for Horror Fest. It's impossible. I can't do that this year. But I do own every movie that we're doing for PCP Movie Night for Horror Fest, except for one, which is a part of this, which I don't think is on Blu-ray. But anyway, let's get to it. Here's my Texas Chainsaw Massacre movie collection. There's the original Texas Chainsaw Massacre. I got this cool steel book. Doesn't have many special features, just got commentaries, but it's fine. This is Texas Chainsaw Massacre 2. This is on Shout Factory, but I have the Arrow edition from Europe, which plays on my region-free player. I love Texas Chainsaw Massacre 2. I think I love it more now than last time I reviewed it on Dylan's Horror Show. The third movie, which is Leatherface, the Texas Chainsaw Massacre 3, with R.H. Miheloff. I've met him multiple times. I actually like the dude. I haven't seen this movie since I was a kid, so we'll see what happens there. Then I got Texas Chainsaw Massacre, The Next Generation, Matthew McConaughey, Renee Zellweger. I love this movie. This is one of those movies that I love that other people hate, but I love this movie for some reason. So, okay, so I had these 4 already. Here's 4 new ones I just got. There is the 2003 remake of Texas Chainsaw Massacre with Jessica Biel. I saw this in theaters, and I was snobby Robbie at the time, and I didn't like any remake except for Zack Snyder's Dawn of the Dead, which was actually after this. So I very much was dismissive of it, so I'm really excited to revisit that. 3 movies I've never seen. Texas Chainsaw Massacre, The Beginning. Never seen this one. It's like a prequel to the remake. And then they did Texas Chainsaw, which was also in 3D. So I got to get my buddy Holshoe to watch this with me so I can watch it in 3D. I've never seen this one. It's one of the worst reviewed Texas Chainsaw movies. I've never seen it. And then they did a prequel to the prequel of the remake called Leatherface. This is from 2017. Never seen this one either. And then there's the 2022 one from Netflix, which I could not find a physical copy of. So if you know that there's a physical copy, let me know. Send me a link. Send me the movie. I want to own it. It's the only movie from Horror Fest that I don't physically own for PCP Movie Night. So to recap that, Texas Chainsaw Massacre, Texas Chainsaw Massacre 2, Leatherface, The Texas Chainsaw Massacre 3, Texas Chainsaw Massacre, The Next Generation, Texas Chainsaw Massacre 2003, Texas Chainsaw Massacre, The Beginning, Texas Chainsaw, Leatherface, and then the 2022 Texas Chainsaw Massacre from Netflix, which I like. I gave a 3.5, so I have them all but that one. Lovesick. This book is so gross. This book is so disturbing. This book is also incredibly sexy, incredibly gory. And somebody on a recent video, when I was talking about this trade paperback, was saying, would somebody please take Robbie to a kink club? If anybody wants to take Robbie to a kink club, just let me know and I'm down. The coloring in this book is amazing. The artwork is amazing. This book is from Luana Vecchio, I believe. Luana Vecchio, who one day commented on a video where I was praising her book. And I was like, oh, that's cool. I should reach out to her and see if she wants to join the show and we can have a conversation. This book, I was talking about Florence Pugh being nude and sweaty in Oppenheimer. This book makes me want to be nude and sweaty and bloody. It is a book about so much. And think of Red Room, but like a very sexy Skinamax version of it that really goes heavy into some thematic material. I really love the book. Lovesick was one of my favorite comic books of last year. It actually should have appeared on my top 20. It's one of those books that it hadn't ended yet, but like, God damn it, this book is fucking brilliant. And when Luana had commented on a video in which I was talking about her book, because she's the writer and the illustrator here, and it is sexy as fuck, y'all. I'm not even kidding. It is X-rated in certain parts. It's way X-rated in certain parts. And I'm not just, it's also gore, it's sex, it's nudity, it's all that. But it's got some complex themes. And it was a book that just grew on me the more and more I was into it. And anyway, long story short, Luana had commented on a video that I was talking about her book. She was like, and I was like, hey, I should have her on the channel. So I looked her up online and I found her to be very attractive. So I got very intimidated and never followed up on any of that. Yeah, Lovesick's one of my favorite, but I had to put it on the book this year. I have to put it on the list this year. I fucking love the book. Oh my God, it's so good. It's so good. Do it. Yeah, Steph, I don't know, man. I told y'all today in a private conversation how I have had screen queens that I adore and cherish tell me they would be on my channel, and I never follow up with them because I get so nervous. I don't want to be like, what the fuck, man? Like, I don't know, like, all the, like, I want to hear Luana talk about this book, but at the same time, I don't just want to be like, you're great. I'm serious. Look her up. She's adorable. I should bring her on. Fuck. Next book she does. Let's holler at her, y'all. Let's do it. She watches the channel. I hope she's not watching tonight, to be honest with you. Because, Luana, you ain't got nothing to worry about me at all. You are sexy as hell, though. I'm just going to say that. All right, anyway. Jesus Christ, Robbie. You overshare. All right. Oh, look at this. You know what's right around the corner? Horror Fest. You know why that's a big deal? One of my favorite members of the PCP Army is Two Gun Pedro. Two Gun Pedro, you are the shit. You are a major supporter of me and Dylan and Verno and everybody else. Fable, Steph, Scarpad, everybody. Everybody attached to everything that we do here. Two Gun Pedro always sends me a gift package for Horror Fest and for March Madness. And it makes me feel Halloween to me is my Christmas. People don't give me gifts on Halloween. Two Gun does. Two Gun does. So, she was looking for horror comic Rex on Twitter the other day. Right now, I'm like, what's Luana Vicio up to? She Italian? Is that Italian? I don't know. All right, so Two Gun Pedro sent me Horror Fest A-OK. And it's fucking awesome. As usual. Can we talk about this? The wrapping paper, the packing material in the book is like from Deadpool, the movie. This is Fox. This is all Fox could afford. This is hilarious. I want to get this graded. I don't want to like ruin it in any kind of way. That's gorgeous, by the way. He always sends me a t-shirt. I always rock the Two Gun t-shirts. Y'all, he sent me a t-shirt I didn't even know existed. Two Gun, I fucking love you. This is such a Robbie shirt. It's a t-shirt for Captain Kronos, Vampire Hunter, which is a movie. It's my favorite Hammer movie, and we're covering it for Horror Fest this year. Two Gun knows that. There you go. By the way, what is Captain Kronos, Vampire Hunter? It's about a weed-smoking vampire hunter, and it's not called Blade. It's the original Blade, pretty much, but it's a white British dude. Dude, thank you so much for that fucking shirt. That's awesome. Two Gun always sends me movies. He sent me 2 movies on Blu-ray. Number 1, he sent me Dread, the 3D version as well. We just covered this. It won the PCP Army movie poll choice in May. We covered this. I love this fucking movie, and I mentioned that I watched it in theaters on 3D, in 3D, and I loved it, but I wasn't able to rewatch it in 3D. He sent me the DVD or the Blu-ray with the 3D version so I can go hang out with Hammer Time Holeshoe and watch it in 3D. So that's awesome. He also sent me Sinister, which means that Sinister was his pick for DHS for Horror Fest. So I'm going to pay attention to this because whenever Two Gun recommends a movie and sends it to me, it's never failed. 2 times before. Last year for Horror Fest, he sent me American Mary. We covered it on DHS for Horror Fest. I fucking loved that movie. I still love that movie. It's still something I think about. For March Madness, he sent me Triangle. We covered that movie on Dylan's Horror Show. Me and Fable still think about that movie. It was brilliant. It's a high bar for Sinister. So we'll see. So I'll watch it. One of my favorite things that he sent me was this trading card set of Fast X that he got from his local Regal Theater. Oh my God. I'm like the only person on YouTube that liked Fast X. These are very thick cards. So let's take a look at this. There's Brie Larson. Looking all nice. There's Michelle Rodriguez. Oh, there's what's her name? I can't remember her name, but she's the smart chick. She's great. They're all in the same pose. Charlize Theron. The chick that's married to Paul Walker in the movie. I can't remember her name either. She was in The Faculty. John Cena, one of the best parts of this movie. Our boy Tyrese. Oh, Dylan liked Fast X too. Fuck yeah, man. Me too. There's Han. Greatest character in the entire franchise right there, y'all. There's Ludacris. And there's Jason Statham as Shaw. What the fuck? That's the first time I've opened these. Where's fucking Dom And where's Jason Momoa? What the fuck? Two Gun, I love you. Thank you for sending these cards. What the fuck? You got Jason Statham, Ludacris, Han, Tyrese, John Cena, that chick from Faculty, Charlize Theron, who's barely in the fucking movie. The smart girl, I can't remember her name. She was in Game of Thrones as well. Michelle Rodriguez. Are there more cards? Do we got to collect like more packs? Brie Larson? What the fuck? Where's Dom Toretto? Where's fucking Jason Momoa? Where's The Rock? What the fuck? Vin Diesel and Jason Momoa are fucking chase cards? They're chase cards? Chase cards? What the fuck? Are you serious? Bruh. They made Jason and Vin fucking chase cards? What the fuck? I'm so pissed. I'm so pissed. Two Gun, I love you. Thank you for the cards. I love them. But you've given me an incomplete fucking set. Now I gotta go chase down those fucking chase cards. That's a pile of shit, man. What the fuck? I was so excited. Chase cards? Fucking chase cards for Fast X? From Regal? Be happy I'm talking positively about the fucking movie. Do I need to contact Universal and be like, bro, I'm like the only YouTuber really talking that good things about this movie aside from Dylan's Horror Show? Dylan, I'm glad you liked it. But like for fucking real, can you send me a Vin Diesel and a Jason Momoa card, please? That's all I want. I'll cover Fast X Part 2. We did the whole franchise last year. Anyway. The absolute coolest thing that Two Gun sent me was some VHSs, y'all. Y'all know me. Y'all know I love my VHSs. This is a VHS that I actually have from Mike's collection, so now I can give Mike back his copy. Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles 2, Secret of the Ooze. I fucking love this movie. Next time I meet Vanilla Ice, he's signing this. He's signing that. Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles 2, Secret of the Ooze on VHS. I've never heard of this film. The Robot versus the Aztec Mummy? Bruh, I don't know what the fuck this is, but I'm watching this soon. On VHS too. I do have a working VCR, so that's cool. My favorite Star Trek movie outside of the original motion picture. Star Trek First Contact with the lenticular cover. Look at that. How fucking dope is that? Two Gun, you're the shit. We were talking about being thirsty. How about Species 2? Yeah, it's not Species 1, but it's Species 2 on fucking VHS. That's fucking awesome. Wrong Turn. The original Wrong Turn VHS. Holy cow. I love my VHS, y'all. Star Trek The Cage, the original pilot, y'all. On VHS. I can watch it like it looked in 1967. But holy cow. I love VHS. An Alfred Hitchcock collection, which includes 4 movies from Hitchcock I have never seen. Rich and Strange. Is that Juno? Juno and the Paycheck. Young and Innocent. And Murder. I've never seen any of these films. And whoever owned this before never saw Rich and Strange because they never opened it up. But that's fucking dope. I need a bigger my VHS collection has already outgrown the one rack I had devoted to it. I need more room for my VHS. So I got an Alfred Hitchcock collection. We're going to recap this. Star Trek The Cage, which is like a recut of the original pilot. Wrong Turn. Species 2. First fucking Contact with a lenticular cover. The Robot versus the Aztec Mummy. Why didn't we pick this for Horror Fest? And TMNT 2, Secret of the Ooze. On Blu-ray, Sinister. And Dread in 3D. And this badass Captain Kronos t-shirt, which I'll be wearing Tuesday for the weekly comic book review. And these awesome fucking Fast X cards with Jason Statham, Ludacris, Han. I don't remember his real name. Han's the best character, though. Tyrese, John Cena, the chick from The Faculty who's married to Paul Walker in the movie, Charlize Theron, who's barely in the fucking movie, that chick from Game of Thrones who's the smart girl in the movies. I can't remember her name. Somebody help me out, please. Michelle Rodriguez, and Brie Larson. But apparently, the Vin Diesel and the Jason Momoa are fucking Chase fucking cards. Some bullshit. Jordana Brewster. Anyway. You got the Paul Walker and Rock Chase cards? Tacky, you're fucking with me. Those don't exist, right? Bro, I gotta collect them all now. What the fuck is going on here? This is some bullshit. Don't do it, Rockin Robbie. Yeah, I gotta collect them all. I gotta get the family together. Yeah, Mia was in Faculty. I can't remember her actual name, though. Natalie Emmanuel? Thank you, Jeff. Anyway, I like Fast X. So I think Universal should send me. The Vin Diesel card. They should send me the fucking Jason Momoa card. And if there is a fucking Paul Walker and a Rock card that are Ultra Chase, they need to send those to me. And if they haven't made them, they need to make them for me. And they also need to have my thoughts on how you can make Fast and Furious and Jurassic Park work. Because I can make that fucking movie work, y'all. I'm telling you. I got a 5-year plan for Blade. I got an idea that will make Fast and the Furious mix with Jurassic Park perfectly. So there you go. There you go. Just saying. So there you go. All right, so we had a great show, didn't we? We talked about the Horror Fest lineup. We did all that jazz and more. To remind you, the Horror Fest lineup: Maniac, Texas Chainsaw Massacre, the entire franchise, all 9 movies, Don't Breathe, The Howling, Captain Kronos, Vampire Hunter, Sisters, it's a De Palma film, Prey, Elvira, Mistress of the Dark, The Blob, 1988, Cujo, Sleepaway Camp, Bride of Chucky, Sinister, The Brood, A Quiet Place Part 2, Wishmaster, The Poll, the winner of The Poll, Deadstream, Halloween Trilogy from David Gordon Green, Halloween 2018, Halloween Kills, and Halloween Ends. The only one of those I really want to rewatch is Halloween Kills. Opera from Dario Argento, Friday the 13th and Friday the 13th Part 2, Ju-on, The Grudge, Exorcist, Believer, Night of the Demons, Dawn of the Dead, the Argento cut, Barbarian, Halloween 3, Season of the Witch, Dracula from 1931, Saw, all 10 movies reviewed, including Saw 10, and Halloween 2007. 2007? And we got a super chat from Taki. Spoiler review of Blade number 1. I like Blade number 1. I like the introduction of a new threat. Everybody who comes onto a Blade comic, let's come up with a threat bigger than vampires. I have a 5-year Blade plan. My basic conceit behind the book is that everybody wants to create something new that's more threatening than vampires. My idea is there already is something out there more scary than vampires. Let's utilize that. I'm not going to tell you what it is. I'll tell you personally, Taki, if you really want to talk this out. Act 1 is that. Like, what's worse than vampires, right? And every Blade book does that. I choose to go with something that's already established But in this one, they create something new. Now, other runs have done this. The Max run tried to do this. The Bart Sears run tried to do this. Even in the 90s, they tried to do this with the Blade Vampire Slayer book and Night Stalkers and shit, right? This one actually does it right, though. Brian Hill knows the character of Blade, of Eric Brooks. He knows Blade. He knows the voice. He knows the attitude. It's there. It's written. It's the Marvel Blade connected to Tomb of Dracula, but it's still got that Wesley Snipes vitality to it, right? And I loved it. I loved the line work from Elsa Casagrande. I hated the coloring in the book. I thought the coloring was absolutely shitty, to be honest with you. Absolutely shitty. I thought it was really bad. By the way, what's worse than vampires? Who did that best? Guillermo del Toro, Blade 2. The Reapers? Yeah. First time in my life since I was a kid that I was scared of vampires was Blade 2. My Blade run, 5-year plan, starts with what's worse than vampires? In the middle, we introduce the Reapers to continuity, and we do end with Old Man Blade, just so you know. I have a fantastic run of Blade planned, if they would just let me have it. By the way, Marvel watches this show. They listen. They pay attention. The comic book professionals are paying attention to us here in the PCP Army. Years ago, I wish I could find the video and point it out. I said multiple times, my pick for a Blade creative team outside of me is Brian Hill and Juan Ferreira. We got Brian as the writer on the new Blade ongoing series. We didn't get, well, we got Brian. We didn't get Juan, but Juan messaged me or commented on a video and said, I was offered Blade, but I had another commitment. Well, right now, the same week that Blade #1 released was Night Terror's Wonder Woman. Juan's artwork on Wonder Woman was amazing for Night Terrors. But goddamn, I wish he was on that Blade book, because he would have had some notes about coloring, I'm sure. Yeah, 415 likes for some reason, but at one point they were saying we had over 600 people here tonight, which was monumental, but I don't believe it. Bunch of porn bots. But anyway, yeah, my Blade plan starts with, well, okay, so I shouldn't say this. My first story arc, Act 1, is called Worse Things. Remember when Blade says there are worse things out tonight than vampires? Okay. That's the line that that's the line I run with for the whole series, right? The book gets really deep, right? And we introduce the Reapers, and it ends with Old Man Blade. But the whole kind of conceit around everything is that Blade makes a decision that really affects the Marvel Universe, like in a major way. That's why I've said in the past, hey, my Blade run, 5-year plan for Blade, could involve a crossover. I would like to just do this run with Juan Ferreira, undisturbed and no tie-ins, no crossovers or nothing, but like, I have a Blade run that really establishes him as one of the most badass motherfuckers in the Marvel Universe. It picks up on a lot of shit from Tomb of Dracula by Marv Wolfman and Gene Colan, one of my favorite comics of all time. It pulls from that. Dracula is a big deal in the book, and I want to take Dracula back to that 70s Gene Colan kind of vibe to it. It introduces the Reapers and other other elements from the movie continuity, like the Blood Pack from Blade 2 as well. It introduces them. And it ends with Old Man Blade, which is, think of I Am Legend, but with Blade. So there you go. Yep. I got a 5-year plan, so that means I need at least 50 issues of a Blade book. But I got a whole goddamn plan, y'all. Well, I love the vampires in the strain. I've never seen this show, actually. I've only read the books, and I love the fucking books. I'm not the comics, the actual the novels. I fucking love those. The Strain, The Fall, and The Night Eternal. I love those. Ryan Reynolds is not in the third arc. I'll try to put him in there, though. Well, okay. Let me get what you're saying. I just realized what you were saying. At first, I thought we were doing a fun bit about Ryan Reynolds. Then I remembered that Ryan Reynolds was supposed to play a character named Hannibal King in an alleged Blade 3, which they never made Blade 3, the movie. They never made that movie. Doesn't exist. But if they did, Ryan Reynolds would have been in it. And he would have been good in it. He would have been one of the only good things in that movie. But luckily for us, they never made Blade 3. Yep, they almost got Blade 3 greenlit, bro. I think they were going to call it Trinity. I love that we keep the bits alive. All right, we're dipping out. I love y'all. Y'all have been the best. Thank you for paying attention to the Horror Fest lineup. Thank you to the 600 and something people that were here tonight. Thank you for all the likes. I hope this hits the YouTube algorithm. A lot of Van Damme fans here tonight, I guess. Anyway, I've been Rockin Robbie Billups, and if you take anything from the stream, remember this. I love sweaty, nude people. I think DC Night Terrors is pretty solid, but this week the tie-ins are not as solid, but the Detective Comics tie-in is really good. But Superman, The Last Days of Lex Luthor is definitely a book you need to check out this week. I need a Fast X chase card set with Vin Diesel and Jason Momoa, so take that home with you as well. Texas Chainsaw Massacre, Horror Fest lineup, Barbie 3.5 out of 5, Oppenheimer 5 out of 5, and I like sweaty, nude Florence Pughs. Yep. I think we covered everything. All right, y'all. Thank you so much. We're dipping out. We love you. Station. Pop, pop. Boom.
Never break, always fight, never quit, do it right, play the game, win it life, have no shame, there's no time, feel the pain, live the grind, I could change, in my mind, pick a lane, commit and climb, the only way to win it life. I never miss, that's fact. Taking big swings, bitch, hand me the bat. Put me in the ring, you'll go out in a bag. Cause I sing what I mean and I bring it to the mad light. Ain't got time to kill, I got time to fill. I took a red pill, I know life's short, so I wanna live real. But how's it supposed to feel?
That's right, how's it supposed to feel, motherfuckers? Let me know! Yeah! Let's get hype!
How's it supposed to feel? How's it supposed to feel?
Yo, yo. They wanna say my name, but they holding back. They wanna say they hate, but they know it's cap. I ain't play no games, I just move, that's fact. And I don't feel no shame, it's a mood you lack. I go crazy, nah bitch I ain't lazy. And track after track, I work on the shit daily. Pass me the jack, right as fuel, got me hazy. About to unpack all these streets I've been chasing. I got visions in my head, like memories after death. To be a legend instead of something you can forget. I'm living up every breath, I'd rather lead than be led. I feel the seeds as I spread with every word that I said. How's it supposed to feel? Yeah, we're heavy, we're thirsty. We're Halloweeny.
How's it supposed to feel?
You know, I don't know if we did. I don't remember if I did the Hellboy song for Taki's super chat. But even if I did, fuck it. We'll do some more. Let's bring everybody out here. Everybody's here. Everybody, let me tell you about this little man I know. His name is Hellboy. He was sent to the earth some long time ago to save it or destroy. Brought to this earth by Rasputin, son of a demon and a nun who had a sex with Florence Pugh, but was raised by Professor Broom. Now he fights evil and monsters like Rambo. Now he fights with a man who's a fish named Mario. It's not really a fish. Now he fights with a fire starter named Uncle Scrooge. He's right over there jumping on Jason. He's an ectoplasmic mess named Jason Voorhees. BPRG. All right. Welcome to the post credits. All right. So we're going to do a taste test. Got a bag of chips here. Cheetos Flamin' Hot Sweet Carolina Reaper. Sweet with a little sweet, it says. So y'all know me. I love Cheetos. I love testing new versions of Cheetos and other snacks. I like Flamin' Hot for the most part. Didn't like the Mountain Dew, tell you that. But I love Flamin' Hot Funyuns, by the way. Best Flamin' Hot chips out there. Or they're not really chips, but whatever the fuck they are. Flamin' Hot Funyuns are the shit. Flamin' Hot Cheetos are pretty good. Flamin' Hot Sweet Carolina Reaper. I've eaten a Carolina Reaper. I like hot things. Let's check it out. Sweet scares me. But it also makes me want to go, Sweet Caroline, bum, bum, bum. Good times never felt so good. Let's do it. Smells interesting. Smells like it should have some heat, but I do smell the sweetness. That's the smallest ass Cheeto I've ever fucking seen. Look at it compared to a beer can. What the fuck is this? They're all so small. Holy shit. Wow. Wow. Number one, it's got some heat. To the casual fan, these are going to be way too hot. If my homie Hammer Time Whole Shoe was eating these, it'd be way too fucking hot for them. It's got heat. Holy shit. I'm surprised as fuck about that, y'all. I gotta make sure I wash my hands before I touch my dick. All right. We've all been there. You know what I'm saying? All right. It's got heat. I was worried about the sweet. No, it's not overly sweet, actually, at all. It's not overly sweet at all. I don't taste any sweetness. I taste the fucking heat. This is a hot-ass Cheeto. That's fucking awesome. Holy shit, y'all. Sweetness is there. There is a sweetness. But man, that heat comes through. Wow. Wow. I'm really fucking shocked. I am very surprised, y'all. I am incredibly surprised. It's actually got heat. It's not as hot as a Carolina Reaper, but it's hotter than your average fucking Cheeto. It's hotter than any Cheeto I've ever fucking had. Just recently, I had like a sweet Cheeto. What the fuck was it? It was like sweet Mexican street corn or something. I don't know what it was. It was gross as fuck because it was just sugary. The sweetness is only there at the very beginning. Then the heat takes over. It's lingering still. I fucking love it. Wow. Wow. All right, y'all. I'm giving this a 5 ya digs. 5 ya digs. A perfect fucking snack, actually. I fucking love this. I'm saving this. The last few chips that I've tried, those Doritos pickles and the Cuban sandwich fucking Lays, those sucked. This was awesome. Mexican street corn. Not corner. This is really good. The heat's still there. It's good. It's awesome. Wow. Keep this around, Cheetos. That's really good. 5 ya digs. All right, we're at 418 likes. 419 now. We need one more like till can we hit 420 likes tonight? That would be amazing. Come on, y'all. Give me one more like. And we can end in victory. Wow. That was so good. If you haven't liked the video, hit the thumbs up. Please, let us hit 420. We did it. We did it. 420, y'all. You know what that means? Go smoke some fucking weed. I love y'all. Y'all are the best. Holy shit. Those chips are amazing. Mike gave me these. Mike, the voice Matthews. Mike gave me these like 2 weeks ago. They've just been sitting there. Wow. Those are good. If you don't like hot food, it's hotter than your average Cheeto. It's good shit, though. Man, that's good. All right, y'all. Have a good night. We love you.